All right, guys, it is time for football tonight. We got 4 games. They're all running about a 2.5 hour window, so let's cover them all. Why the hell not? So I'm going to go ahead and start the broadcast. There might be some tech difficulties. We'll jump from game to game. Just stick with me. Let's see what happens, all right? Let's get started. Bear with me while I get the links posted here. That was to watch. The one to actually join is here. Let's post that. To join the broadcast, this link. All right, we should be good to go. Let's get started here. Mute's off, full screen. Oh, am I not presenting yet? Did I not do that? No, I think I am. We're good. Let me double check. We are live in Jacksonville, where the Jags are already up 7-0. We'll check on that in a little bit here. I want to first validate that my broadcast is working by pulling it up on my phone. All right. Looks like we're good. All right. So let me settle in here. 4th and 3, Indianapolis is punting. And the Jags will take over at their own 22. Let's start by catching up on opening drive. 7 plays, 75 yards for the Jaguars. Got a touchdown, followed by a 3-and-out by the Colts and a punt. And now the Jags on their second possession. So all Jags so far looking good early at home. Touchdown was a 27-yard touchdown run to Travis Etienne. 2nd and 4, Jacksonville at their own 28. Defense guessing pass. Here's short. Going to be forced to scramble, and the QB's got himself first down yardage. 5-yard run there for Trevor Lawrence. In other action tonight, we also have Carolina and the New York Giants. They have already started. We'll check in with them here soon. First down screen, right back to the tailback, Etienne. It's going to lose a yard. There is an injury. It's to Evan Ingram. We'll check on that. And he is down and going to the sidelines. He is out for the first half. So Ingram will miss the last 6 minutes plus of the first quarter and all the second quarter for the Jags. 2nd and 11. Jags 3 wide receivers, 2 running backs, so no tight end in this formation. In front of Etienne. Defense for the Colts showing blitz here out of the 4-3. There's a little dump pass to the left side to Christian Kirk. It is to an empty flat zone, the only one, so a good call there. 5 yards plus some yak, and a nice double sixes roll is a 21-yard pass play. Trevor Lawrence hooking up with Christian Kirk on that one. Across midfield to the 47-yard line of Indianapolis for a first down. Christian Kirk just a D on the yak rating, but he capitalized there with a good roll. First down run up the middle to Travis Etienne. Picks up 5 on the defensive card. Colts defense rated average to poor against the pass and average against the run. Of course, those are just ratings. 2nd and 5. Here's a quick slant over the middle to the tight end, Dan Arnold. There is a linebacker in zone. Defense calls pass. And it's going to be a interception split roll and picked off on Snake Eyes. Big roll for the Colts there to get this turnover. And here comes in a return, and it's going to be just a 5-yard return. There was a possible touchdown there on an 8. So that was avoided, but still a huge turnover there. Interception by Bobby Okereke. And trailing 7-0, the Colts take over possession now at their own 42. Here's a first down run off tackle, Jonathan Taylor, going nowhere. There was a personal foul, however. 15 yards against the defense. And Indianapolis now crosses midfield at the Jacksonville 43. Jacksonville's defense rated good against the runs, but very poor against the pass. Two tight end formation here for the Colts. Jonathan Taylor, tailback. Jags operate out of the 3-4. It's going to be a little dump pass out to the left side, Michael Pittman. And we've got an interception split roll there as well, but incomplete. Both defenses, one man in the flat zone. An interception requires snake eyes or double sixes. Colts missed it there. This possession started because they got that double sixes roll on a flat pass from Trevor Lawrence. And on 2nd and 10, out of the 3-4, Jags showing blitz with their safety. Here's an off-tackle run, Jonathan Taylor, and he's going to lose a yard as there's a linebacker in the zone to stuff it. So 3rd down and 11. So big 3rd down here for Coach John Freeze, who coaches Indianapolis. Indy started the year with a victory over the Texans, 28-14. Jags also 1-0 with a victory over Washington, 36-14. Back to pass on 3rd and 11, looking short, but he's going to be forced out of the pocket. He's going to flush, actually, going to a tailback and incomplete. Actually, it was going to Michael Pittman. An incomplete pass on his card on receiver is going to force a 4th down, and the Colts are going to punt. So 3 and out on their opening drive, just 1 first down on their second drive. They're punting it right back to Jacksonville. That's a nice punt, 44 yards. It's going to be taken at about the 9-yard line. And fumbled there. It's on the ground. And let's see who has it. It is on inside the 10, and the Jags recover it. Big fumble there from Jamal Agnew, but special teams falls on it for the Jags. They take over at their 8. 5:24 to go left in the first. Jags still up 7-0. First down pass out to the left side and a 7-yard pickup. Christian Kirk with his 3rd catch. 2nd and 3 for the Jaguars. We mentioned the Colts are coached by Coach John Freeze. And the Jaguars are coached by Coach Joe Golden. I believe, unless I'm mistaken, this is the 2nd year with the team for both coaches. There's an incomplete pass. Trevor Lawrence on a slant. Couldn't hit it on his card. It's 3rd and 3 Jags at their own 15. Action already underway. I believe I saw. Oh, it was posted in the wrong. Let's get it out here for all to see. Schedule games. All right, we'll make sure everybody can see that. Coming back to this game, there's a big pass, 23 yards. Defense was keying on Travis Etienne. And on that third down, a big play on a dump to Travis Etienne. 23-yard pickup, and the Jags are out to their 38-yard line. And on first down, they're dropping back to pass and looking deep. It's a defender opportunity, incomplete. 5 on the white die, and Christian Kirk could not beat the defender with that roll. 2nd and 10, Jags at their own 38. They're still up 7-0, just under 4 minutes to go in the second quarter. Let's go ahead and let's start to try and get that second game up here. All right, Giants and Panthers. Let's see what's going on there. So, can I do both? Usually I can right now. Let's try it like this. There we go. All right, everybody. We are now looking live in the Meadowlands. New York Giants at home against the Carolina Panthers. Scoreless. 8:42 to go here in the first quarter. Giants come into this game after playing against the Titans, I believe. Indeed, the Giants lost to the Titans 23-17. Panthers lost as well. Their opener was against the Cleveland Browns, and they lost 28-24. So both of these teams are 0-1 and looking for a victory. And after a punt by the Giants, Carolina Panthers are taking over at their own 14. Just over 8 minutes to go. Still scoreless here in New York. Panthers offensively, Sam Darnold is at quarterback. They have Darnold and Phillip Walker. Walker started the opener and was replaced later in the game by Darnold. Darnold is starting this one. Panthers get 3 wide receivers on the field. 3-4 defense here. Back to pass. Looking short. DJ Moore's the target. It's incomplete as Darnold finds a blank spot on his card. Pass blocking left to right for the Panthers. 7, 5, 2, 3, 4. So that center could have trouble against a nose. And Dexter Lawrence is a pretty strong nose. So that's a tough matchup for sure. And left guard Brady Christensen would have trouble blocking, in theory, a second high linebacker. 2nd and 10. Here's a hitch over the middle and incomplete. Panthers caught the defense guessing run, but there were 2 linebackers in zone. And it fell 3rd down and 10 now for the Panthers at their own 14. Darnold goes into the shotgun. 4 wide receivers split out. Chuba Hubbard, the tailback here. Laviska Shenault is the B-rated wideout, in case he wants to look at a yak opportunity. Same thing for the tailback. Giants out of the nickel. And on 3rd and 10, back to pass, looking short. Defense did call pass. And we've got a dump opportunity, and it is going to Laviska Shenault, so it's a B rating. And a 6 on the white die goes to went to the defensive card, but receiver was the roll. Bad break for the Panthers, as was the subsequent 2 dice that got a -2. So 4th and 12, 3 and out on the Panthers punt from inside their 15. Back over in Jacksonville now. Still 7-0. Jags driving at the Indianapolis 22. Off tackle Etienne. He's got a break. He's through and 14 yards inside the 10, down to the 8. Back to pass short. Dan Arnold, touchdown. Jags go up by 2 scores here in the first quarter. Extra point from Riley Patterson is up and good. And with 36 seconds remaining in the first quarter, Joe Golden and the Jacksonville Jaguars have opened up a 14-0 lead on division rival Indianapolis Colts. Trevor Lawrence, 9 of 14 for 87 yards, a touchdown and a pick in that game. Now back in New York, looking at the Panthers and Giants. Giants with the ball, 2nd and 8 at their 32. Here's an off-tackle run. Pick up a 4. Saquon Barkley. Looks like it switched me to another game. There's a deep pass and a 31-yard completion for the Colts. I looked up at it. It changed my games on me. Apologize. So 31-yard completion for the Colts. They've crossed midfield. That's the end of the first quarter in Jacksonville. Colts just crossed midfield on that long pass. They still trail 14-0. Giants are now punting 4th and 5 from their 35. So nothing doing in New York between these two teams offensively. Carolina has 2 first downs. Giants still without one. Both teams 0 for 5 combined on 3rd down conversions. Giants punt fielded inside the 15-yard line. And Rasheem Blackshear is going to fair catch it there at the 13. Panthers will take over there. Average field position start for the Panthers has been the 17-yard line. Giants twice as good at the 34. First down run play off tackle to Dante Freeman. Defense gets pass, and it's going to be nothing doing. Nose tackle. The aforementioned Dexter Lawrence, 6 rated, makes the stuff on the defensive card. 2nd and 10. So when you got a nose tackle and he's a 6 rate, that's one of those things. They're going to go at him again, though. Off tackle again. Dante Foreman, defense calls pass yet again. Right back to the defensive card. This time it's good, 9 yards. And looking at where that 9-yard pickup was, and now looking at the rest of the card, Giants are probably not very good against the runs, I assume. Indeed, it says they're rated average to poor defensively against the run and average to poor against the pass. 3rd and 1 now. Panthers at their own 22. They come out with a full house, so the bigs are in. All their run blockers up front, improved by 1. Defense guesses pass, doubles the flats. It's an off-tackle run. And Chuba Hubbard going nowhere. That's Chuba Hubbard. Went to the defensive card, and it was asking for the guard to make the block. 6 on the wide die, couldn't do it. No gain, 4th and 1. And on that bad break, the Panthers bringing out their punter. Punting it again from the 22. 47-yard punt, fielded at the 31-yard line by Richie James of the Giants. And James fair catches it there. And with 2:42 to go in the scoreless fourth quarter, the Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 31. Heading back to the Indianapolis-Jacksonville game, we see that the Jags did finally give up a score, but the defense held and forced a field goal. So the score is 14-3 in favor of the Jaguars. After the field goal, Jags take over 1st and 10 at their 25. Field goal on the play was 40 yards for Chase McLaughlin. 6-play drive for 52 yards, got a couple first downs, but stalled. Down 2 touchdowns. You hate to see that. First down pass by Trevor Lawrence is over to the flat and incomplete. Got the interception split roll targeting Zay Jones. 2nd and 10 Jaguars. Still leading 14-3 here, early second quarter. Part of 4 games we are covering in the USFFL tonight. 2nd and 10, Lawrence back to pass, and he is brought down, sacked on the play. Quiddy Pay brings him down for a loss of 6. And Lawrence and the Jaguars now facing a 3rd and 16, back at their 19. Quiddy Pay, a 6-rated pass rush from the left end. 3 wide receivers split out here for Trevor Lawrence, 1 halfback. Colts out of the dime. There's a little screen pass to the tailback, and Travis Etienne's got it, but he's brought down immediately. Just a pickup of 3. And with just over 11 minutes remaining before halftime, the Jags will punt back to the Colts, leading the Colts 14-3. Still scoreless in New York, Giants and Panthers. Giants, however, on the fringe of the red zone. 1st and 10 at the Carolina 30-yard line. Back to pass, Daniel Jones looking short, got his man. 10-yard completion. First catch of the game for Richie James. That's the end of the first quarter here in New York. Giants and Panthers scoreless. Giants 1st and 10 on the 20. Here's a run up the middle, going nowhere. Brought down by the nose, it looks like. Well, what did we have there? Defensive left tackle is a 6 rating. 6 on the white die, and Barkley still couldn't beat him. So it was the defensive left tackle that made the stop. Derek Brown, 2nd and 9. Here's an end run to the quarterback, and that's a good run, 7 yards. I say good because the defense called run, and it's dangerous to run your quarterback if the defense calls run, as most of you know. Went to the defensive guard. Guard makes the block. Pick up a 7. Giants with a big 3rd and 2 at the 12-yard line here of Carolina. They come out with 2 tight ends, Cager and Bellinger. Barkley's the tailback. 4-3 shown here by the Panthers. Defense guesses runner is Barkley right up the middle. Can't beat the nose tackle. Just a pickup of 1. It was actually linebacker Shaq Thompson that makes that stop. It's 4th and 1 at the 11. And going to play conservative here. Take the field goal. I get it. We're in the second quarter, and these defenses are kind of dominating. That field goal is through. And with just under 13 minutes to go here in the second quarter, Giants draw first blood with a chippy field goal from Graham Gano, and they lead the Panthers 3-0. Ensuing kickoff at the 25-yard line now after a touchback. Panthers will take over there. Panthers are coached by Jess Geller. His 3rd or 4th year in the league. Here's an off-tackle play. Pick up a 4. Actually make it 3 as there was containment on that one. Low usage running back containment. Shorten the game for Blackshear, and it's pick up a 3, 2nd and 7 for the Panthers. And here comes another run off tackle. And that one's going to be a good pickup, 8 yards. As a 4 on the white die allows right tackle Taylor Morton to make a big block. Springing for the first down, now at the 36-yard line. Now back to pass. Darnold looking short. He's targeting Laviska Shenault. He's got him. 15-yard completion on that play as the white die again springs a first down conversion, beating cornerback Fabian Moreau of the Giants, who's a 0. 1st and 10 across midfield now for the Panthers at the Giants' 49-yard line. Here's a first down run again to Raheem Blackshear, and just a pickup of 2 on his card, 2nd down and 8. And on 2nd and 8, here comes a tight end offense. 2 tight ends, 1 receiver is DJ Moore. Dante Foreman's the tailback. Giants defense setting up at a 3-4. And on 2nd and 8, back to pass, Darnold. He's looking for Tommy Tremble. He's got him again. There's another completion. That's good for 14. So Darnold looking good on this drive. Panthers on the march now at the Giants' 33-yard line. From here, field goal is 2 through 5. But he's 1 yard away from 2 through 10 the rest of the way in. Here's a little dump pass to the left side. Terrence Marshall's the target, and that's going to be a receiver opportunity. Marshall's got 5, but there's a penalty, and that's going to be a holding against the defense. So that brings a first down with it. They'll take the penalty. Panthers now 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line. Here's a first down run to Chuba Hubbard off tackle to the left side, and he's going to get nothing as Dexter Lawrence flexes his muscle again. 4 on the white die is not going to beat Dexter Lawrence. Nothing doing, 2nd and 10. I always loved to play a team that had a 6-rated nose tackle for that reason. Another run play. Defense gets his pass. It's a pitch out to Dante Foreman. He's going to try to get to the edge. And Foreman gets there on his car with a short gain. That's good for 12 yards and a first down into the red zone down to the 16-yard line. Dante Foreman now 7 carries, 42 yards in this game. Panthers for the first time into the Giants' red zone. 1st and 10 run, again to Dante Foreman, and this time not much, just a yard. As he got the second worst possibility on his roll, on his own card, 2nd and 9 at the 15. Panthers trailing 3-0. But they're knocking on the doorstep here. Now 3 wide receivers split out. Single tailback is Chuba Hubbard. 3-4 defense here from the G-men. Back to pass Darnold on 2nd and 9. He is looking for the short pass. He was looking at DJ Moore, but he is flushed, looking for a little dump pass now. He's got Terrence Marshall receiver opportunity, and Marshall's good for 5 again. He had a 5-yard completion like that wiped away on penalty a bit ago. He got this one. It's now 3rd and 4 for the Panthers at the Giants' 10-yard line with 7:48 to go here in the second quarter. So big leverage play in this game. In a defensive struggle, trailing 3-0. This is a big play if the Panthers don't want to settle for the tying field goal. 3 wide receivers splitting out again for the Panthers. 1 halfback. I think that maybe eliminates the possibility of a run, but you never know. 3-4. It is actually he crossed him up. It's a pitch out. Chuba Hubbard goes to the defensive card, and he's got himself a first down. A roll of 8 was good enough for 5 yards. And it is now 1st and goal. Panthers at the 5-yard line. That brings out the full house formation for the Panthers. Hubbard and Foreman are both in the backfield now. Defense calls run, but he crossed him up again. Short pass to the tailback and incomplete. Darnold, short pass wrong. Has a pretty good card, but not a pretty good roll there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 were all touchdown passes. That one was incomplete. 2nd and goal at the 5. Still in the full house formation. Defense still in the 3-4. The call is run, and it is. Off tackle, Chuba Hubbard. Goes to his own card, and nothing doing. Chuba Hubbard's got a pretty good card for off tackle right, but didn't hit his number again, and it's 3rd and goal at the 5. So Panthers completed a big 3rd down a moment ago. They need another one. That 3rd down they got a little bit ago is the only one today that has been converted. 1 for 4 for Carolina, 0 for 4 for the Giants. And that's how you get a low-scoring battle. 3rd and goal here at the 5. 3 wide receivers splitting out again on this 3rd down for the Panthers. 3-4 defense here from the Giants. They're keeping their safety back. Defense calls pass. It's a pitch out. Looks like there's a linebacker in zone. Chuba Hubbard trying to get around that edge. Goes to his card. Hits the short gain. And unless there's containment, he's going to go. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Panthers. 6 minutes remaining here before halftime. And the Panthers have put up their longest drive of the day. Extra point from Eddie Pinheiro is up and good. And the Carolina Panthers on the road have assumed a 7-3 lead on the Giants. 14 plays, 70 yards, 75 if you include penalty yardage, and 7 first downs on that drive, ending in a touchdown. So the Panthers up 7-3 here. 6 minutes remaining before halftime. We return to Jacksonville. They are just under 6 minutes remaining before half. Looks like the Colts have added another field goal. Jaguars still up 14-6 now. And they face a 2nd and 16, the Jaguars have, at the 41 of Indianapolis. Jacksonville's field goal kicker has range out to the 37, but not what you'd call good range. 2nd and 16. Here's a draw up the middle and just a 2-yard gain. Travis Etienne got 2. And that sets up 3rd and 14 for the Jaguars at the 39 of Indianapolis. 3 wide receivers are going to split out now. Etienne's the halfback. Shotgun here for Trevor Lawrence. Dime defense from the Colts. Back to pass. Looking short. He's targeting his tight end, Chris Manhertz, and that is incomplete. Trevor Lawrence rolled his interception split roll. He's not a turnover-happy quarterback, but that's not going to get the conversion he needs. So 4th and 14 here at the Indy 39. And it's going to be a coffin corner punt. Logan Cook with a pretty close one, but he couldn't quite get the angle. Into the end zone it goes. And with 4.5 minutes remaining here before halftime, Indianapolis, trailing 14-6, takes possession at their own 20. And really, they were down 14-0. It's not good to have to settle for those 2 field goals, I'm sure, but they're back in the game. Zach Moss is the tailback, blocking back formation for the Colts. Jags going to go ahead and operate out of the nickel here. Brian Burns of Carolina just got a big sack in the Carolina game to force a punt. 4th and 18. Giants punting away now with just over 4 minutes remaining before halftime at their own 17. Still waiting on the 1st and 10 play call here in Jacksonville. Here it is. It's a quick out pass to Mo Alley Cox. He's doubled, and incomplete it is. Nice call by the defense there. Coach Joe Golden dialed up a triple header of double teams and managed to pick up the right receiver there on that swath. 2nd and 10. Colts coming out on the 2 tight end formation. Pierce and Pittman split out. Jags out of the nickel again. Both games approaching halftime here. And the defense guesses run, but it's a deep ball and incomplete. Bad break there for the Colts. They got the call they were looking for. There was still a man in the zone, but they had long pass on wrong. Went to the defensive card, rolled the 7. That's an interception split roll and almost paid the price. But incompletion there. 3rd and 10 now for the Colts at their own 20. 4 wide receivers now splitting out for Matt Ryan. Deion Jackson, the tailback. Jacksonville's outgained Indy in this game 187 to 104. 11 first downs to 6. Both teams with 1 interception. On 3rd and 10, back to pass. Looking short. He's got it, and he's got the first down. 10 yards exactly. On 3rd and 10, Michael Pittman makes the big play. Matt Ryan gets him, and it's 1st and 10, Colts at their own 30. Big 3rd down conversion there for the Colts. That's their first of the game. They're just 1 of 5. First down run. It's a pitch out and going to get just 3 yards. He does get out of bounds. Stops the clock at 3 minutes, but not much there. 2nd and 7 now for the Colts at their own 33. Checking it over in New York. Looks like the offense not going very well here for the Panthers, as they are at the 2-minute warning, facing a 3rd and 17 at their own 23. Tailback Chuba Hubbard just lost 7 yards on a run. 3rd and 17, I'd expect them perhaps to be a little bit conservative. Nickel here and a pass defense call by the Giants, but it's a run off tackle. Chuba Hubbard goes to his own card, hits the short gain. He's got a shot, and it's going to be a 14-yard gain, so he comes up a little short of the first down, but a good run. Makes it 4th and 3, and the Panthers, I expect, will be punting from their own 37 with a minute and a half to go before halftime. Back now in Jacksonville. And we had a first down run right up the middle. Zach Moss slammed up the middle for 13. And the Colts are out at their own 46-yard line, 2:24 remaining in the first half. First and 10, Indy from their 46. The Jags are going to show blitz with their safety. He's up close. 2 tight end formation. Pittman and Paris Campbell are split out wide. Here's a square out pass to Michael Pittman. There is a man in the zone, but he's a 0, and it's a linebacker beating play. So that's 15 yards, and Pittman gets out of bounds as well. Matt Ryan targets and beats a 0-rated linebacker, taking advantage of Josh Allen, who he's a 0-rated linebacker, but he plays because of that 8 on the pass rush. On that play, pass rush cost him in 15-yard pass play. Now at the 39-yard line of Jacksonville, here's a run up the middle. Nothing doing as Jonathan Taylor hits the 5 on his card. No one likes to see that. So 2nd down and 10. Colts at the Jacksonville 39. Still trailing 14-6 in this one as we reach the 2-minute warning. Giants have the ball. 52 seconds left. 1st and 10 at their own 38. Looks like that's going to halftime shortly. back in Jacksonville. Second and 10 for the Colts. Jag showing blitz again, this time out of the 3-4. Here's another square out pass to Michael Pittman again. He's got 5 yards this time. Fails to get out of bounds. Let's see what Coach Golden wants to do there. I said Coach Golden. I meant Coach John Freeze. And he's actually going to call his first time out. So 3rd and 5. Colts at the Jags 34-yard line. 1:52 remaining before half. And on 3rd and 5, the Colts are going to split out 4 wide receivers. Tailback is Deion Jackson. Jags out of the nickel. And back to pass, looking short. He's got it. First down pass. It's Michael Pittman for a 3rd consecutive play. Pickup of 11 on that one. Pittman with 6 catches, 55 yards. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line for the Colts. 1:45 remains before halftime. From here, the field goal is still 2 through 8 and 12. So not the best mid-range kicker. Looking for more yards. Here's an off-tackle run, and Jonathan Taylor gets just 2 yards. Wow. 2nd and 8 at the 21. Jonathan Taylor rolled double sixes on the off-tackle for just +2. Snake Eyes would have been +66. Even the 11 right above the double sixes was +21. Location, location, location. 2nd and 8. Colts trail 14-6. They have the ball at the 21-yard line of Jacksonville. Jonathan Taylor just 6 carries, 18 yards in this game. 3-4 defense here from the Jags. They are showing blitz. Safety Andre Sisco creeps forward. And back to pass. Looking short is Matt Ryan, and he's going to be flushed. Looking for another target. He's looking at Mo Alley Cox, and Cox has a receiver opportunity. Incomplete. That one had twists and turns as it got to the 0-man column on the defensive side. A lot of opportunities there, but hit the receiver, and Mo Alley Cox couldn't cash in. Big 3rd down coming up here now. 3rd and 8 for the Colts at the 21-yard line of Jacksonville. 1:15 to go before halftime. Back in New York, we're down to the final play, 1 second before halftime. Panthers with the ball at their own 37, so we are about to hit halftime there. 7-3, Panthers are going to have that halftime lead. And on 4th and 8 at the 21, Chase McLaughlin for the Colts coming out for his 3rd field goal attempt. 2 through 8, 12. He nails it on a 12. Ooh, I say nails it. He probably slipped it in. But with 60 seconds to go before halftime here, Colts pick up their 3rd field goal and cut the Jaguars' lead at home 14-9. Jamal Agnew takes the ensuing kickoff out to the 27-yard line, and with 52 seconds there, Coach Joe Golden will decide if he wants to be aggressive or just get this to halftime. He's coming out with 3 wide receivers and a shotgun formation. Pretty good indication of his answer to that question. Colts and Jags, as we mentioned, both 1-0. And the Colts defense has decided to come out in the nickel against this 3 wide receiver set. Again, 52 seconds remaining before halftime. Jags on top 14-9. They do have 3 timeouts. They have the ball at their own 27. Staring at a nickel defense, Trevor Lawrence going to work. Second half already underway in New York. Panthers with the ball in their own territory, up 7-3. Short pass, and that's going to be caught. 10-yard completion. Travis Etienne gets his 4th catch of the game for Trevor Lawrence. Out of bounds at their own 37-yard line. It's a good way to start the drive. Still 45 seconds remains. 2-minute offense. 4 wide receivers split out here. Evan Ingram was injured early in this game, the tight end. He will return here in 45 seconds at the halftime. Spread formation. Offensively, the Colts bringing out the nickel. Back to pass, looking short. Target is Christian Kirk, and he's got it. First down yardage. He is brought down in bounds just on the Jag side of the 50. Jags with 3 timeouts. They might burn. I would think they're going to burn it here. There'd be no reason to hold it. And there it is. Jags now 2 timeouts. 37 seconds remain. They have the ball at their own 49-yard line. For a wide receiver split out again. Lawrence in the shotgun. Etienne beside him. Nickel defense here from the Colts. And back to pass. He is doing a dump pass there. He did catch a zone with a linebacker there, though. Yak opportunity here, and nothing doing. It's going to be a loss of a yard. Little side pass to Jamal Agnew. He does not get out of bounds. Even worse, so Jacksonville's going to have to burn their second timeout. That's going to leave 30 seconds remaining on the first half game clock. Oh, except they've chosen to do, I stand corrected. It looks like maybe he chose to do a hurry up because it's still 2nd and 11. There's now 15 seconds left. He still has 2 timeouts. That kind of surprises me. 4 wide receivers split out here. Shotgun again. Colts out of the nickel. If the Jags want an automatic field goal 2 through 10, they need to get down to that 22-yard line. They're only at their own 48 with 15 seconds left. Back to pass, looking short. Trevor Lawrence targeting Jamal Agnew and to the defensive card. He's got it. 12 yards. He does get out of bounds. Penalty on the play is against the defense. It will be declined. And with 8 seconds remaining before halftime, Jacksonville now 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line of Indianapolis. 37-yard line is where the range is carded for. So right here, he would need a +3 on the variable just to get to that 2 to 5 field goal range. Only 8 seconds remain. 2 timeouts. Obviously, he doesn't need them both. 1st and 10 at the 40. So he could run here too. You only get 1 play for sure to try to get to that field goal range. 3 yards is all you really need to give yourself a real good shot, 2 through 5. Shotgun formation still, 4 wide receivers. Travis Etienne is back as the tailback. Nickel here again from the Colts. Jags trying to build on a 14-9 lead. Back to pass, looking short. And he's targeting Christian Kirk. It's incomplete. And time runs out. We've reached halftime here in Jacksonville. The Jags rushed out to a quick 14-0 lead. Give Coach John Freeze credit as he stiffened up defensively, piled on a trio of field goals for a halftime score of 14-9. Jags leading at home. One of those field goals was a 52-yarder for the Colts. These two teams have combined for just one trip into the red zone, it looks like. Jacksonville's outgained them 220-163. And as we said, both teams one turnover. Pittman leading the receiving with 15 yards. Travis Etienne, 93 yards rushing in that first half. Yeah, I said that. Now all of a sudden it's showing 1 second remaining on the clock. This happens from time to time. There's a delay and it just kind of tricks you. There's 1 second left. Here's a deep ball. It's incomplete. Looks like there was a mandatory penalty. I think who's that on? Let's see if that ends the half. Pretty sure that we're just going to go to halftime there. Jacksonville up 14-9. Let's assume that. We'll come back and double check. Let's get over here to the New York game. Giants trailing 7-3 are on the move here. 2nd and 6 at the Carolina 37. And here's a 3-yard run on that play from Saquon Barkley. And that's going to set up a 3rd and 3. That's not what you wanted, Tim. There it is. 9 minutes left, third quarter. Panthers up 7-3. 3rd and 3 play for the Giants. Defense of the Panthers gets his run. Here's a screen to Barkley, so a good call there by the coach, Scott Kaplan. And that's a big play. Barkley gets 5 from the QB, and then nice yak on his card for 11 more into the red zone. Giants now at the 18-yard line of Carolina. 1st and 10. Daniel Jones now 9 for 13, 91 yards. Barkley has 6 of those 9 catches, 67 yards out of the backfield. There's a flat pass to the tight end and just 3 yards. Bellinger gets 3, and it's 2nd and 7. Missed an opportunity with 0 men in that flat pass zone. 3 wide receivers now splitting out for the Giants. Here's a sideline pass to Richie James. Caught the defense guessing run. Opportunity here for the G-men. And we've got a yak opportunity. Richie James. And he's got himself a big gainer down to the 1-yard line. Pushed out of bounds just before the pylon. And it's 1st and goal at the 1 for the Giants. Here comes their bigs. Full house formation. Daniel Jones goes over 100 yards passing. Here's a run up the middle. Inside run. Matt Breida, the tailback. He's got it. Touchdown, G-Men. And exactly halfway through the 3rd quarter here in New York, the Giants have taken a lead on the Carolina Panthers. Extra point from Graham Gano is up, and it is good, just barely. But the Giants are now up 10-7 after that run. Giants on that drive, 9 plays, net 84 yards, including 20 penalty yards. 6 first downs on their way to getting that TD to take the lead. So in kickoff a touchback, Panthers now trailing 10-7, take over at their own 25-yard line. Still halftime over in the AFC game. So we'll stay here in the NFC. Panthers 1st and 10 at their 25, blocking back formation, Dante Foreman, your tailback. Back to pass, looking short. It's incomplete. Sam Darnold was targeting Terrence Marshall on that one. Found an open slot between a bunch of completions on his card, 2nd and 10. Darnold now 8 of 13, just 72 yards. Been a defensive slog from the beginning for these two teams. Mid-third quarter, Giants 185 yards of offense, Panthers just 159. Two tight end formation here on 2nd and 10. Defense gets his run for the Giants, but it is a deep ball. And he throws incomplete on the defensive card. Sam Darnold went to the defensive card. There was a man there. Bad break for the Panthers. 3rd and 10. Found the right time to make that call. Didn't get the right roll. 3rd and long. Going to split out 4 wide receivers now. Chuba Hubbard's the tailback, and the shotgun is Darnold. Giants out of the nickel. Back to pass, looking short. It's the tailback, Chuba Hubbard, being targeted here. And Darnold on his card, incomplete. Darnold's got a pretty good short pass right card, but not hitting the numbers on that drive. 4th down, and the Panthers, no yardage gain on that drive. They'll punt from the 25-yard line. Pretty good punt, 49 yards, taken by the Giants. Richie James at the 26-yard line. And a nice return of 13 yards. Giants with good field position here. Up 10-7. They'll start 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line. First down play, back to pass, looking deep. Giants throwing deep to Richie James. Defense called pass. Goes to the defensive card, and it's a split roll. It's good. Complete for 30 yards. Richie James hauls it in, his 3rd catch of the game. And the Giants already up 3, now already in field goal range. 1st and 10 at the Carolina 31. Long pass 1 min on a 3. That was a 2 through 5 for a plus 30, and he got the roll. 1st down, run call, short pass, incomplete. Daniel Jones hit an empty pocket on his card, short pass wrong, 2nd and 10. 5:24 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Giants up by 3, trying to add to it. 3 wide receivers splitting out. Slayton moves into the slot. Defense calls pass. And it is. Short pass. Darius Slayton's the target. He's got it. It's complete. That's a 10-yard completion. Another 1st down. Daniel Jones now 13 of 18. Giants 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line. Giants on the move again. They just had a 9-play, 84-yard touchdown drive. And Saquon Barkley going to lose a couple yards on that play as the onside guard couldn't make the block. Ben Bredson couldn't beat the white die. 2nd and 12, Giants at the Carolina 23. From right here, it's already a 2 through 10 field goal, so great range for this kicker. There's a pitch out to Saquon Barkley and just 2 yards on that play. Good call by the defense there, calling a run, saving a touchdown run. That would have been plus 27. We'll give Coach Geller credit. Sets up 3rd and 10. Giants at the 21. Daniel Jones, 3 wide receivers, splitting out for him. Halfback is Barkley. He's out of the pistol, so Daniel Jones can run, and I believe he has the ability to do it, but he's back to pass here. Defense calls pass, looking short to Richie James again. It is a defender opportunity, and James beats the defender. Richie James for 15 yards, putting the moves on Dante Jackson in coverage. And the Giants are first and goal at the 6-yard line. Panthers need to keep him out of the end zone to keep this a one-score game. First and goal at the 6. Defense calls run, back to pass. Jones to the end zone. Touchdown, Isaiah Hodgins. Daniel Jones now 15 of 20 in this game, and he's extended the Giants to a 2-score lead with 3:18 to go here in the third quarter. Giants now treating the home fans to a 17-7 lead over the Carolina Panthers. Checking on action here in the AFC. Looks like we're still at halftime, which makes me wonder if it's connected. We'll check. Just making sure. See what they say. If they don't tell me they're still at halftime, no problem. I don't care. They can go their pace. Just want to make sure I don't need to reset. So, Panthers with the ball. Here's a pitch out. Chuba Hubbard, he's got 6. There's an injury on the play. It's Sam Darnold. Oh, my. Let's take a look at this. Sam Darnold is hurt. He is out for the game. He'll be back next week. So, enter Philip Walker at quarterback. Walker not as good a quarterback, but he can get some things done. There's his card for those looking live with me. Second and 4 here on Philip Walker's first play. It's an off-tackle run, and Chuba Hubbard's got a seam, and he's into the secondary. That's 14 yards and a first down run. Chuba Hubbard now 10 carries, 39 yards in this game. Panthers now out to their own 47-yard line. There's a first down pass play. It's a screen out to Chuba Hubbard again. And 6 on the white die is going to send that where he wants it on the defensive card, but a result of receiver. And Chuba Hubbard cannot make the catch on double 6s. That's incomplete, 2nd and 10. So Walker incomplete on his first pass. Both Walker and Darnold played as well in the first game of the year. Walker got the start, and Darnold came in voluntarily to replace him. Went the other way this time. Second down, defense gets his run. Here's a screen play, and that's a good pickup. Chuba Hubbard again, this time for 9 yards. Not quite enough for a first down. It's going to be 3rd and 1 in Giants territory now at the 44-yard line. So it could be 4-down territory. That was Hubbard's first catch of the game, and for that matter, Walker's first completion. Full house formation. The bigs are out. Panthers signaling they'd like to plow the road. Defense calls pass. It is off tackle. Chuba Hubbard. And Hubbard's loose into the secondary. Inside the 20. Inside the 10. He's down at the 9-yard line. 35-yard gain for Chuba Hubbard on double 6s. And the Panthers first and goal now. Big run on that play. 3 wide receivers splitting out. Chuba Hubbard stays in. It's a pitch out to Hubbard. Defense guesses run. Hubbard's roll goes to the defensive card. It hits the short gain, and Hubbard is into the end zone for the easy score. Chuba Hubbard takes over in this drive. Back-to-back runs, getting the Panthers into the end zone. Now 12 carries, 83 yards for Hubbard. 2 touchdowns to boot. Extra point pending here from Eddie Pinheiro is up, and it is good. And with just 18 seconds remaining here in the third quarter in New York, Panthers have made it much more interesting. Giants still on top, 17-14. They'll take the touchback, and the G-men take over at their 25-yard line. Second half underway in Jacksonville. Jags up 14-9. Colts with possession inside their own 30. Back in New York, first down run for Barkley, 6 yards. On the defensive card on an end run, Barkley, 19 carries, 75 yards. And that's on the final play of the third quarter. We go to the fourth quarter in New York. Giants up 17-14. And on 2nd and 4, here's the 20th carry for Barkley. Off tackle, again to the defensive card. This is good for 5. And it's a first down. Giants 1st and 10 at their own 36. Two tight ends for the G-men, Slayton and James. Darius Slayton, Richie James are split out here. The workhorse Barkley, already 20 carries heading into the fourth quarter. Goes to him again. Here's a pitch out. Defense gets pass, so Barkley with a shot on his card. Goes to the defensive card. It's a good pickup, though. Barkley gets 7. 2nd down and 3. Scott Kaplan keeping the Giants in the 2 tight end offense again. Here's a run up the middle. Defense called run, and just a pickup of a yard. Good call there by Coach Jess Geller. Saved a first down. 3rd and 2. At their own 44-yard line, Giants right back to a 2 tight end set. Barkley's your tailback. 4-3 here shown by the Panthers. And on 3rd and 2, defense guesses run, but it's a quick out pass. Daniel Jones targeting the tight end, but there's 2 men in zone. Goes to the offensive card. It's going to be a first down conversion, 6 yards. That was +6 with the yak, and then a bad yak roll capped it at 6. But that's good for a first down. Bad break for the Panthers as they had doubled both flats with a pair of linebackers. So that would have been automatic incompletion. White die betrayed on 1st and 10. Giants at the 50 now. And here's a screen pass over to Barkley, and that's good for 8. Barkley's been busy. That's his 7th catch for 75 yards. 2nd and 2, Giants at the Carolina 42. Giants with 3 wide receivers splitting out now. Back to pass, Daniel Jones. He's looking to Darius Slayton. He is double teamed and incomplete. Nice call on a 2nd and 2. Coach Jess Geller taking a chance, calling a double team on a receiver and got his man. So that sets up a 3rd down and 2. Giants at the 42 of Carolina. 2 tight ends again. Barkley, the lone tailback. 4-3 here from the Panthers. Defense calls pass. It's an off-tackle run, and just a yard. There is a penalty, and it's against the offense. It's a mandatory 5-yard penalty. Barkley was just going to get +1 and set up a 4th and 1 on that roll, but a 5-yard penalty backs him up. It's now 3rd and 7, Giants at the Carolina 47. 3 wide receivers split out now. 1 halfback. Daniel Jones out of the pistol. Nickel here by the Panthers. It's a screen to Barkley again. Defense guesses pass. There's a man in the zone, and it's going to be incomplete. Got the interception split roll on the defensive card. And at the 12-minute mark of the fourth quarter, up 17-14, the Giants are going to have to punt away. Punting from the Carolina 47. Looks to be a coffin corner, and it is. Let's see where that punt has it. Oh, it's going to be inside the 10, I think. Not quite. Out of bounds at the 14. So 11:42 to go here in the fourth quarter. Panthers force a punt and take over at their own 14-yard line. They still trail 17-14 in that game. Checking in the AFC now. Still in the third quarter. Early third quarter action. 11 minutes plus. Jacksonville leading 14-9. Colts have the ball. 3rd and 8 at the Jacksonville 49-yard line. So a big third down opportunity here for the Colts. Colts 3 of 8 on 3rd downs today. Jacksonville 3 of 6. Short pass, Alex Pierce, and incomplete. Nice call by Coach Golden as he double-teamed the correct receiver. Alec Pierce was blanketed, and that's 4th down, and it forces a punt from midfield. Here comes the coffin corner, and it's not going to quite make it. Goes to the end zone, and with 10.5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter, Jacksonville takes over at their own 20, still up 14-9. NFC action being almost a quarter ahead. Let's switch over there. Also a closer game, 17-14, Giants on top. Panthers with the ball. Here's an off-tackle run and a pickup of 4 from Chuba Hubbard. 2nd and 6. Panthers at their own 34-yard line. Giants have outgained the Panthers in this game, 279-252. Panthers have outrushed them, 155-105. Chuba Hubbard's out. Dante Foreman has been inserted at tailback, blocking back formation. Giants coming out of the 3-4. 2nd and 6 defense calls run. It is right up the middle to Dante Foreman to the defensive card, and it's going to be a penalty, dead ball penalty. It's on the offense. Back them up. 5 yards, 2nd down and 11. Third straight play, switching tailbacks. Raheem Blackshear comes in for Carolina. 3 wide receivers splitting out. Terrence Marshall in the slot. Chenault and Moore split out wide. 3-4 here from the G-men. Here's a little flare pass out to the right side to Giovanni Ricci. Man in zone. And short gain. Philip Walker hits his number on his card on right. That's a 15-yard completion. Biggest completion for Philip Walker on the day. He's now 3 of 4, 40 yards, and the Panthers are 1st and 10 at their own 44. Right back to the same offensive formation. 3 wide receivers. Dante Foreman, the tailback. Defense calls pass. It's a run right up the middle. Dante Foreman, and he's got to pick up a 4. 2nd down and 6. Carolina at their own 48. Both the Panthers and Giants, tough losses in week 1. On 2nd and 6, it's 2 tight end formation now for the Panthers. Ian Thomas comes in. It's a short yardage defense call on a deep pass from the Panthers. Well timed, looking deep and incomplete. Oh, for those who can't see it, Philip Walker rolled a 3. 2 is a long gain. 4 is a long gain. He split those 2. Incomplete 3rd and 6. Just like in week 1, I've seen the Panthers time their long passes well, but just not get rewarded. Big 3rd and 6 play here coming up. 4 wide receivers splitting out for the Panthers. Chuba Hubbard's the tailback. He is fatigued, but I don't think they intend to run to him. Probably using his B-rated yak. Here's a square in pass. There's a linebacker in zone. Shi Smith is the target, and it's going to get 3 yards. That's not enough for a 1st down. So 8:42 remain in this game, and the Panthers staring at a 4th and 3 in Giant territory, but at just the 49-yard line. And in this defensive struggle, they're going to go ahead and coffin corner this. Johnny Hecker comes on the field with a coffin corner boot, and he's going to put that out of bounds at the 12-yard line. And the Giants, with a 3-point lead, take over 1st and 10 at their own 12, 8:24 to go. Quick peek into the AFC game. We show the Jaguars into the red zone. Jags are up 14-9, 7 minutes, 12 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Let's complete this series here. 2nd and 5 at the Indianapolis 15. Colts call pass. It is screen to the tailback, Travis Etienne. And nothing doing. That's going to be incomplete. It was a yak opportunity for Etienne. He's a good yak man. B rated, but a bad roll. And a big 3rd and 6. It's a big play here for Coach John Freeze and the Colts. He's trailing by 5. If you can hold him to a field goal here, you keep it to a 1-score game. Mid-3rd quarter. 3 wide receivers, one halfback. Shotgun here for Trevor Lawrence. 3-5 nickel from the Colts. Back to pass. It's a little quick pass. Square in over the middle to Christian Kirk. And it's going to be an interception, split roll, incomplete. The Jags indeed will have to settle for a field goal. We'll stick with it and see if they make the conversion here. From the 16-yard line, I expect Riley Patterson with good odds. 2 through 10, it's good. There is a penalty, and let's see. And it's an offsides Indianapolis. That would make it a 4th and 1. So I think you got to consider declining. Let's see what Coach Joe Golden does. I know him to be a little bit of a gambler, but he's going to take the points. So Joe Golden takes the points and the 8-point lead. The Jags now up 17-9. Just over 6 minutes remaining, 3rd quarter. And after the kickoff, the Colts, trailing by 8, take over at their own 34. Switching now back to the NFC. Giants have a 2nd and 10 at their own 36-yard line. Here's a button hook pass over the middle to Barkley. He is double teamed this time. Nice call by the Coach Geller. Forces an incompletion and sets up a 3rd and 10. So Coach Geller finally gets wise after Barkley makes 7 catches. Double teams him in a clutch moment. And the incompletion sets him up an opportunity to get the ball back here. Maybe 3rd and 10 for the Giants at their own 36. 3 wide receivers, 1 halfback. Jones out of the pistol formation with Barkley beside him. Panthers out of the nickel. Back to pass, Daniel Jones. Couple of linebackers blitzing. It's short to Richie James. 4-minute zone. It's complete. There's a penalty. 1st down yardage. The penalty is against Carolina. It was offsides. The completion is good for a 1st down. Daniel Jones to Richie James, who now has 6 catches, 94 yards in this game. 1st and 10 Giants now out to their 47-yard line. 6:36 remaining. Panthers still trail by 3. Need to get possession. Giants trying to hold the ball. 3 wide receivers splitting out for the Giants. Defense guesses run, but it's a pass. Short, looking short to Darius Slayton. And that's going to be complete. Result is receiver on the defensive card, and Darius Slayton picks up 17. That's a big completion all the way down to the 36-yard line of Carolina. Daniel Jones now 21 of 30 for 235 yards. Not a bad game. 1st and 10 at the 36. Defense calls run it is. Pitch out Saquon Barkley. And it's going to be a 3-yard game. Giants went to the defensive card, but not the best roll. And 2nd and 7 at the Carolina 33-yard line. 5:24 remaining in this one. Anything at the 32 and in is a 2 through 10 automatic field goal. 2nd and 7. Defense keys on Barkley. Flat pass. 1st down yardage. Darius Slayton for 8 yards. Daniel Jones on his card moves the chains again. 1st and 10. Giants at the 25 at Carolina. Short yardage defense from the Panthers. It's a run. Off tackle to Barkley. I'm sneezing, excuse me. Whew. Oh, and Barkley, short yardage, gets a short gain roll and gets 13 yards. Huge break for the G-men. 1st and 10 at the 12. Defense calls pass. Here's another run to Barkley. 4 yards. Now 2nd and 6 Giants at the 8-yard line of Carolina. Giants are already up by 3, trying to extend to a 10-point lead. Under 4 minutes to go in this one. Teams have all 3 timeouts. On 2nd and 6, back to pass. Defense looking pass. Short. Richie James is the target. And he is brought down. A sack on the play. And the ball's loose. The ball is loose. And it looks like it's going to be recovered by the Giants. Giants try to advance the fumble, but they're brought down immediately. Damian Wilson, the former Chief, with the sack there. And that makes it 3rd and 15 at the 17. Coach Jess Geller saying, Danny boy. Who can blame him? That's a big sack. 3:18 to go. Panthers trail by 3. Giants, the 3rd and 15 at the Carolina 17-yard line. Boy, field goals are so automatic. I might think of throwing for the end zone here. I'm definitely thinking 17 or bust. 2 tight end formation. Barkley, the tailback. Nickel formation on the defense. Defense calls pass. It's a short pass. Again to Richie James. 4-minute zone. I don't think you're getting in the end zone here. Although, flat pass as we have a dump. It's going to Barkley. 6 on the white die. Converts it to the defensive card, and it's 13. Not quite enough. 4th and 2. Giants at the 4-yard line of Carolina, up by 3. 2:42 to go. He was conservative earlier. He's going to be conservative here. Now, that was actually the Jags that were conservative earlier. Apologies. Here's a field goal attempt by Graham Gano. It's automatic, so Giants didn't roll the dice on a 4th and 2 at the 4. They take the field goal and extend to a 20-14 lead. And with 2:24 to go, they will kick to the Panthers. And that Panther kickoff roll, he rolled the fumble, but it did not actually come loose. Ooh, that was close. So we got 2 minutes plus 6 seconds remaining here in New York. The Giants are up by 6 points. Carolina, in their 2-minute offense, they need a touchdown to win it. Philip Walker in at quarterback. He replaced an injured Sam Darnold earlier in the second half. Defense gets his pass. First down run. Just to pick up a 4 for Chuba Hubbard. Make that 3 as he is fatigued. Took away a yard. 2nd and 7 as we reach the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain in New York. Giants up by 6. Panthers now splitting out 4 wide receivers. Chuba Hubbard still your tailback. Walker out of the shotgun. Nickel here from the Giants. Hubbard's tired, but I'm sure he's there for his B-rated yak. And here's a little sideline pass to Laviska Shenault. He's double-teamed, but by a linebacker, and it's a good completion. That's 8 yards. He does not get out of bounds. Brought down. Nice tackle from Nick McLeod. And looks like it's going to be a hurry-up offense. 1st and 10 Panthers at their own 31. Clock ticking down to 1:37 remaining. Still 4 wide receivers splitting out. Walker in the shotgun. Giants, again, out of the nickel. Walker, 5 for 7, 51 yards in relief. So not too bad. Field goal does him no good. Back to pass, Philip Walker. Looking short. He's got his man. Shi Smith has it, and he's out of bounds. First down yardage out to the 41-yard line for Carolina. Stops the clock at 1:30 to go. So 90 seconds remain. 4 wide receivers back on the field. Colts on the verge of driving for a tying touchdown. If they can get a 2-point conversion, they're 2nd and goal at the 2. We'll be back there in a second. Back to New York. 1st and 10, Panthers at their 41. Here's a sideline pass. Man in zone. He is a 0. Here's a yak opportunity, and it's going to be just a 1-yard loss. And he's brought down in bounds, so bad break there. Panthers might want to look at their first time out here. They do not. Hurry up offense. Now 1 minute and 7 seconds remaining. Panthers still 3 timeouts. They have a 2nd and 11. They're at their own 40. 4 wide receivers. Chuba Hubbard remains in as tailback. He's fatigued, but there for his yak, I presume. Defense gets his pass. It's a deep ball, so Carolina going for it. And on his card, incomplete. Philip Walker on long pass right. Needs a snake eyes or double sixes. Couldn't get it. 3rd down and 11. 60 seconds remain. Four down territory, I would think here, although you have 3 timeouts remaining. Maybe that's why you're holding him. But I doubt it when you're this close to midfield. 3rd and 11 at the 40. 4 wide receivers split out. Walker back to pass again. Defense guessing pass short. Laviska Shenault, he's got it, and he's out of bounds. And there's a penalty, but it's against New York, so give Walker credit. His 8th completion goes to Laviska Shenault, and it's across midfield. Now 52 seconds remaining. 1st and 10 at the Giants' 48. This is why I thought you might want to take one of those timeouts earlier. You still have 3 left. What if you continue to get out of bounds on your pass plays? You might end up with timeouts in your pocket. Game's still very much in play, though, here. Giants up by 6, but the Panthers are driving. 1st and 10 at the Giant 48. 52 seconds left. They're going to stay 4 wide receivers again. Phillip Walker's looked really good in relief of Sam Darnold here. Giants out of the nickel. And on 1st down, back to pass again. Phillip Walker looking short. And he's got DJ Moore, 15 yards as a 6 on the white die beats the defender. He gets out of bounds as well. 45 seconds remaining. Carolina still all 3 timeouts. 1st and 10 now at the Giants' 33-yard line. Same formation here from both teams. So far, Phillip Walker working this 2-minute offense to perfection. Here's a sideline pass to Shi Smith. 6 on the white die, converts it to 0 men. It's a 13-yard completion, and Shi Smith is out of bounds as well. 37 seconds remain in this game. Panthers now 1st and 10 at the 20. They trail by 6. Looking ahead, their extra point is no good on an 11. That extra point could be to win it if they get to the end zone. They stay in the 4 wide receiver, but a new tailback is in. Dante Foreman. That opens up the run. Defense calls pass. Pitch out to Dante Foreman. And he's got a 4-yard gain. He does not get out of bounds. And now I got to think you're burning that timeout. And that'll leave 30 seconds remaining. 2nd and 6 at the Giants' 16. Still 2 timeouts. And now I got to, backtrack what I said. He saved his timeouts and he saved his running back for that situation. Foreman's, they're both running backs, but this one's not fatigued. He's fresh. He's a 5.2 average. And with 2 timeouts remaining, you never know. 4 wide receivers still, however. Foreman remains in as the tailback. The Giants will drop into a 3-3-4. I'm sorry, into a 3-4 defense. So they got 4 linebackers on the field. Here's a flat pass nonetheless. 1 man in zone. Goes back to Shi Smith. Receiver opportunity. He gets 7. It's good for a 1st down, but a holding penalty on Carolina backs him up. Now 2nd and 16 at the Giants' 26-yard line. Only 22 seconds remain. 4 wide receivers splitting out again for the Panthers. Nickel here now from the Giants. Walker 10 of 13 for 100 yards, but that holding penalty has him behind the 8 ball. Defense calls pass. Here's a pitch out run. Dante Foreman goes to the defensive card, and he's got himself a good yardage gain. He gets 15 yards, comes up 1 yard short of a 1st down, and gets out of bounds. That was a 5-yard run on the defensive card, but there's a box there. The linebackers were double teaming. That vacated the zone, and that box became 10 additional yards. And with 15 seconds left, 3rd and 1 at the 11-yard line of the Giants. Still 2 timeouts. He can run the ball. Dante Foreman, still 4 wide receivers in the game. Foreman's your tailback. 3-4 defense here from the Giants. High drama here in New York, week 2. Walker back to pass. He's looking short. Defense is guessing pass. Walker to his car, short, incomplete. And it's 4th and 1. 8 seconds remain. Walker on his car, short pass right. It's good on just a 4 or an 11. Must run is on a 5. So 8 seconds left here. Carolina has 2 timeouts, so they can run it. 4th and 1. They've got to at least get the 1st down here. They're at the Giants' 11. They're going to the blocking back formation. Dante Foreman is your tailback. DJ Moore, Terrence Marshall are split out. 3-4 defense here from the Giants. Walker steps back into the shotgun. He's got a lineman, Cam Irving, on the other side of him. Defense calls pass. It's a run right up the middle. Dante Foreman, he's got 5 yards and a 1st down. It's not enough he gets the 1st down, but it's not going to be a touchdown, and they're going to call their timeout 1 second remains, so we are down to the final play here. Carolina will, unfortunately, leave a timeout on the board here. 1 second left on the clock. This will be the final play, barring a penalty. Panthers down by 6. They are first and goal at the Giants 6. Coach Jess Geller of the Panthers. Coach Scott Kaplan of the Giants. First and goal at the 6. I know that he likes that full house formation, but I don't think he's going to do it on this side of the 5. Let's see. Boy, 1 second remaining, and they're still thinking about it. We don't even have an offensive formation yet. Play like this might take a while. Let's see. While we're waiting for that formation, here it comes. And he's going to spread it out. Coach Jess Galler has the Panthers splitting out. DJ Moore, Laviska Shenault split out wide right. Shai Smith and Terrence Marshall split out wide left. Dante Foreman, the tailback. Under center is Phillip Walker. Giants out of the 3-4 defense. 6 yards for the touchdown is what he needs. Giants need to stop. Back to pass. Looking short. He is targeting Laviska Shenault. It goes to the defensive card. And it's a receiver opportunity. Incomplete, but a penalty. And it's on the Giants. This game is not over. It was incomplete. But a penalty on the final play has extended the game by 1 play. 1 second left on the clock. It is first and goal on the 1. The Panthers have one last untimed down. Now we're going to see the full house backfield. Surely he'll bring his bigs on now. Coaches are celebrating with each other on what a great game this is. 20-14 Giants. Final play of the game. Panthers at the Giants' 1 yard line. Letting both coaches know they are invited for a debrief. Don't have a formation yet. Checking in on Jacksonville. We're tied at 17, 9 minutes to go. So that game's getting good. Full house formation. Here it is for all the marbles. Touchdown or bust. Giants need the defensive stop for a win. Full house formation. Defense in the 3-4. Dexter Lawrence, still a 6-rated nose tackle, staring across the line at the center. I still think he runs it here. Offensive blockers, 4, 4, 4, 0, 4. Those are all added to a +1. 5, 5, 5, 4, 5. Off tackle run, Chuba Hubbard. It's a key on the other running back to the defensive card. He's into the end zone. Touchdown as the linebacker is beaten with a 4 on the white die. This ties the game. And with 0 on the clock, Eddie Pinheiro comes on for Carolina to try for the walk-off extra point. An 11 is incomplete. It's up. It's good. And the Carolina Panthers with a late drive and a penalty get a final play to extend with 0s on the clock and stun the Giants at home with a come-from-behind 21-20 win. Wow. That is why you watch the USFFL, for the same reason you watch the NFL. Look at this, 365 to 359 in yardage, 24 first downs apiece. Holy mackerel. Look at the time of possession, 30 minutes and 9 seconds to 29 minutes 51. This was a crazy close game and one of the favorite ones I can remember calling ever. That was fun. So congratulations goes to Jess Geller and the Carolina Panthers as he improves to 1-1 with this dramatic victory. And the New York Giants fall to 0-2. Still plenty of time to catch up early in the season. We're going to go ahead and close this game. That'll keep us up here in just Jacksonville. It looks like the Jags have just put up a touchdown to take a 24-17 lead in this one. Let me do a couple things. Bear with me. Things are going to move quickly here. Let's go to here. We're going to make sure we're still full screen, no mute, and nobody looking yet to be added to the game, to the broadcast, which is just fine back here. All right. I wanted to see. Let's first of all get the so far today up because I'm a big fan. There it is. And I want to see We had a big play here, 1 yard, 1 yard. So, wow, Travis Etienne's the big player here. 20 carries, 159 yards so far. Off tackle for Zach Moss of the Colts, and it's 2nd and 8. So let's set the situation here in Jacksonville. Jaguars rushed out to a 14-0 lead quickly. 3 field goals from Indianapolis made it 14-9. It was eventually tied at 17, but the Jaguars have taken a 24-17 lead. Colts now with the ball. 2nd and 8 at their 30. They trail by 7. 6 minutes, 36 seconds to go. Zach Moss remains in the game at tailback. Makes me want to at least take a look. We'll do in a second off tackle run. And that's going to be a gain of 5 yards as Moss with a 5 on the white die beats a linebacker for positive yardage. Sets up a 3rd and 3. And no injuries to Indianapolis. I thought I'd check because I didn't see Jonathan Taylor. Taylor is now in at the game for this big 3rd down, 3rd and 3. Taylor operating as the tailback in a 2 tight end set. Jags showing blitz. Joe Golden pulls his safety up close. Here's a hitch play to Michael Pittman, and that's good, 5 yards. Michael Pittman still busy, his 8th catch of the game as the Colts have a 1st down now at their own 40-yard line. Five minutes, 24 seconds remaining in this game. Colts down 7, trying to catch up. Looks like we have coaches. We do. Here we go. Gentlemen, how are we doing tonight?
Tough game.
Oh, boy. That was lots of back and forth. 2 average teams at best.
I feel like that was – I actually said I think that might be one of the more favorite games I've ever called. That was a crazy game. You guys must have your nerves dialed up to 10 right now.
Yeah, I was on that 2-yard line up by 3, and I'm thinking, do I go for this? And at the worst, I leave him around the 2.
Yeah.
But if I kick the field goal, then he's got to score a touchdown. And then he drives down the field, and like all game, I've been pretty much stopping you all game, and all of a sudden I can't.
And Walker does not have a vertical game, as you can see. So it was going to be 14 plays or whatever the heck it was.
Yeah, Walker played a little above his head by capitalizing on the defensive card for the Giants, right. Obviously, that really kind of helped some too. That was a difficult call. I couldn't begrudge you either way. You went with that, Scott, on the 4th and 2 down there. I think that either way you go is justifiable. That's just a bottom line difficult call.
Well, the way I was rolled, I probably would have rolled a 5, which would have been an incomplete pass or a run for 0. So you probably would have got the ball in a 2 and drove the field anyway. So,
well,
guys, let me interrupt for a second. We got a big deep pass, and this might go to the house. Deep ball to the end zone. It's gone. Touchdown for the Colts. Matt Ryan hits Alec Pierce on a 55-yard bomb with just under 5 minutes to go. And if the extra point is good here, we've got a tie game, 24-24. Coach Joe Golden congratulating Coach John Freeze on a good call there. The extra point's good, and there's an offsides call. They're going to kick it again, but I assume we're going to be tied, and the Jags are going to get the ball tied up 24-24 with about 5 minutes to go in this one. So we're going to be lined up for a big finish there. But before we do, let's go ahead and get back to our coaches and finish our debrief here. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and let's bring everybody in. Boy, I don't know how to – there we go. Can I do it? There we go. That's what I'm looking for. All right. So I wanted to ask also, if you guys go back and listen to the broadcast, I was sort of questioning why Chuba Hubbard on the early part of that last drive, and then my answer came late. And I figured you were using him for the yak, but I thought that was smart. You used him for the yak early, and then late, I was also questioning. You kept saving 3 timeouts, and I was thinking you're going to get stuck with some of these in the bag, Jess. I was thinking you're going to, and you actually did end up with one that you never got to use. But I understood the strategy later when you had those timeouts and convert. When you got down close, you were able to convert to a run game and start to use those timeouts and become double dangerous. I misjudged that. I think you played that smart, and I was wrong on that.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I knew if I got inside the 20, I could do end run Foremans and off tackle Hubbards and whatnots, because the Giants run D, it's well documented for Scott and I being big Giant fans, was bad last year. And unless he puts a linebacker there, I have a decent shot for short gain or even that rectangle thing. So I wanted to save the timeouts for the run off tackles, which don't get out of bounds, I don't think. Or they can, but maybe less likely, or even a line buck. So, yeah, my big chance was the long pass with Walker, which he shouldn't even be allowed to throw a long pass with his card, but you have to be able to do it. And it was like Scott gave a hue on that one, right in between his card and the long gain. I'm in between a 2 and a 4, and they're sitting to 3. And I was like, I think the game was over in my head at that point.
Scott, is that a Stratomatic shirt you've got on? That looks great. I love it, buddy.
You like that?
I do, man. That's good stuff.
This was the 50th anniversary shirt.
Nice.
That's awesome.
But so last week I wore the 60th anniversary. This week, I wore the Giants shirt. This time I wore this. I think I'm just gonna play naked next time because I'm not winning with like any of this stuff.
So Scott, what happened last week? Was Jones knocked out for a half?
Yes.
Oh,
that was rough. That game was, but like, here's the thing. Like, you called a great game. Both teams were going to be really tight in the first place. We both had some good rolls, some bad rolls, and it really just came down. I mean, talk about coming right to the end. I mean, like when I saw the incomplete, I was like, yes, and then all of a sudden I saw the penalty, and I'm like, you got to be kidding me, like, But
and of course, it's going to be at the 1 yard line, which gives a lot of liberty to the play caller. You got me early on that 4th and 1 with that great key on Foreman, which I regretted as I played it because he has the better, whoever you keyed had the better line buck, but I really wanted to do an off tackle. And I screwed that up, and you were right on it. And that was the end of that drive, the first drive of the game. So it's fun, man. This is, it's fun playing a crappy team because you kind of like, you have nothing to lose. But then again, you feel like you should win once in a while. So it feels good to win.
Yeah, no, that's good. You played it. You called a great game. And I think it's going to be a long season for the Giants because I just, Dable did a great job during the season and they pulled off games they should not have won.
Absolutely.
And I'm going to have a really difficult time this season because I just don't really have a very good team. I've kept it close, like both of my games, but it's just going to be tough to pull it out at the end.
Well, you're mixing
it nicely. A comment that like there were 9 or so games in the week 1 that were 1-score games. It's just like real life. The margin of difference between these two teams with all these teams is not as big as you sometimes think it might be.
Yeah. Well, exactly.
Like, last week I let Tennessee. I wanted them to kick a field goal so that I get the ball back, and then I drove down the field, and then I just ran out of time. But it's just fun playing. If you play against coaches that are nice guys and don't take life so seriously, then it's great.
Exactly, Scott. This is so much relief from normal life, and you play competitive for an hour and a half, have a fun time, and then move on. But it's a chess match, just like real games are.
Yeah, so, I actually think people should do Zoom while they're playing or FaceTime. So you can, because back in the day you played face to face. You were played,
Yes.
Rolling the dice and stuff. And I remember growing up and I would be like, we used to do draft leagues and my friend Mike would get really pissed and he'd throw the dice at you. And, like I miss, like seeing the facial expressions and stuff when you do something good, bad, or indifferent. You don't do that anymore.
I started teaching my son at about 7 or 8. And he's very intense. And he learned football with Stratomatics, no question about it. And I'd get him in the way you were getting me with the off balance, the flat pass, the line buck, the off tackle, the flat pass, like a yo-yo. And I was doing this to him because there's no way I'm letting him win. It's not what you're doing in this game. So one of the games, I had Eddie George, the Titans in the early 2000s, maybe, whatever. I killed him. And midway through the third quarter, he just flips the entire board with the players all on the board.
Right.
The squares, throws them up. And I'm like, I love it. I love it. You want it. He to this day he's competitive and enjoys the game. He doesn't play anymore, but it's what we do.
This is a good game, Jacksonville and Colts.
Yeah, we're coming down to the wire here. 2-minute warning, tied at 24. I'm gonna switch to calling it here for the final 2 minutes. You guys are welcome to stay on for as long as you want. By the way, both of you are at home week 3 division matchups. Saints and Cowboys. You guys good for that?
No. I'm gonna get killed.
Come on, Scott. Don't get discouraged. The dice giveth and they taketh away. So
That's true.
Yeah.
I got to tell you something though. That was close. After watching the Giants this past week, that was brutal.
So totally brutal. And Scott, so my morning started with a loss to Dan and the Browns, where he scored with 15 seconds left, and he could have gotten a field goal and put it to overtime. He ended up with 2 Chubbs runs of total of 65 yards with snake eyes and a 12 or an 11 back to back.
Right.
So and then I go to the Giant game Sunday night, and I leave at halftime. So my Sunday was like,
hey,
I've
at
never
least
done
you left
that.
at
I've been
halftime.
tempted once or twice, but I've never done that.
I've gone to games literally for 55 years. I've left at halftime twice. The one game was in 1983 in a rainstorm. I shouldn't have even went. It was the year the Giants were like 3-10 against the Cardinals. That was the year they had the tie on Monday night against the Cardinals. I don't know if you remember that.
Yep.
And they're both met at the Meadowlands 3-10-1 or something. And I schlepped my dad there. And at halftime, he says, "What the hell are we doing here?" So.
Oh, so he punted.
Yeah, looks like he's pinned deep, 1st and 10 at the 5. Man, that's always a dangerous place to be.
Yes. Definitely don't want to give up like the safety or something.
No kidding. Be your first match next week with the Cowboys without Harlan. It's been really a really difficult thing for all of us. That's a big thing. I thought of you pretty early when that happened, Scott, because you guys had 44 matchups together over time plus playoffs. It's
crazy.
It's really incredible, isn't it?
And we had amazing games. Almost every game that we played came down to the wire, and he was a great person, and definitely he's going to be missed.
Yeah, you made a comment earlier in your interview with talking to Jess and the debrief about just the quality of the men that we have represented in this league, and you were so right. And Harlan was king of that list. He was just great. So really like what we've done to name the trophy after him, and we can just kind of keep his memory going forward. So
I like that. It's nice.
Yeah. All right. So what do we have here? 2nd and 5. Boy, 1:37 to go. Jonathan Taylor. I'm curious. I'm actually going to look here.
I can't believe that guy's out the first 4 games.
Yeah, I know. Ugh. Boy, that 55-yard touchdown pass really changed this game. Short pass. Going to be actually a must. He's sacked. That was a fumble possibility, is what it said. Do you know the rules on that, Scott, when you see a fumble right there?
I thought the same thing happened in the game I just played. There was a fumble on a kickoff or punt, and I didn't get it. Like it didn't do the fumble.
On the kick. I saw that one on the kickoff. There's certain situations I saw in the board game details that said, well, a 4 on the white die means that's not a fumble. So that one I understood.
It must be the same thing
here. Well, I should look here. Same principle.
He's got a 1, so maybe I don't know.
Check QB. Oh, there it is. Check QB receiver fumble rating. So it checked it and said no fumble. There you go.
Yeah, I could have used
that. This is a huge 3rd and 7 because there's only a minute 15 to go, and you're at your own 8.
And Jacksonville's got 3 timeouts.
Yeah. And this is kind of for the early first place. Short pass is incomplete. That was to the dude who caught a 55-yarder a bit ago.
I don't even know.
Just over a minute left, and Indianapolis is punting. It's time to look at that Jack's kicker. His range is out to the 37 at a 2 through 5. Here's a 45-yard punt just over midfield. Jamal Agnew, 13-yard return.
Oh, he needs like 10 yards to have a chance. Field goal range, like what, 8-10 yards?
Well, he's actually field goal range officially at the 37. So just 3 yards, really, but it'd only be a 2 through 5. If you want that
So what
2
would you
through,
be
if you
doing? I
want
think
that
I'd
2
be
through
running
10, the
this.
Jags need to get to the 22. Which I usually, especially this situation, I'm not satisfied till I get to that 2 through 10. There's a hitch play and a good receiver roll for Zay Jones, 9 yards.
Yeah, he's definitely
2nd and 1 at the 31-yard line. Be interesting to see how Coach Golden plays the clock here. He does call timeout, at least 52 seconds. As we mentioned a little bit ago, from the 31, you go up past that long range now, and it's a 2 through 8 and 12. But you're just one range up from that 2 through 10, and that's got to be your goal.
Yep. Yeah, I got to be thinking possibly running it.
Yeah, I'd be pretty conservative here. Here's a flat pass, though. Defense calls pass. Christian Kirk. Result of receiver, and Kirk's good for 5. That's a first down. He gets out of bounds. 45
so he's trying to get
left,
to the.
And they're at the 26.
Yeah, I'm trying to get to the 22 at this point.
Yeah, all about the 22. Really, and also I always think if I'm thinking I need to get to the 22, then I'm thinking I'm looking for the 19. I like to try to move the variable out of play.
Well, sure, but
Colts showing blitz, so they're going to tempt him here. And they're going to attack. Short pass to Jermichael Hasty out of the backfield.
That's a scary thing to me. That's a pretty good roll.
You got a flush and yak opportunity for Jermichael Hasty. It's going to pick up 3 total. So just a moderate gain. It was a quick slant, and so he's going to need to burn a timeout, and he does. 37 seconds remain. Jaguars now 2nd and 7 at the 23. So if you can somehow count on that variable pushing you 1 yard closer, you're already at the 2 to 10 spot. Still 1 timeout remaining here. I'm sure he's going to want to do what I was talking about, which is not just getting that range like you suggested, but let's also maybe
the way he's been playing, the way he's playing so far, I think I'm putting people in the flat pass zones. And
yeah, absolutely. Short yardage call defensively, and it is a pitch out to Jermichael Hasty. And he's going to get 4 yards and get out of bounds, and he's at the 19. I believe that's the number I cited a little bit ago.
Yep.
Not that you can get a variable that would still push you back to that 2 to 8 and 12, but you got to feel pretty secure here. 30 seconds left. It's 3rd and 3 at the 19. 2 through 10 opportunity without the variable. Offense is still on the field. Jermichael Hasty still your tailback.
So what are you doing on this play? Offensively?
Well, I'm probably kicking a field goal. If I'm not kicking a field goal, I'm doing a line buck. I'm not risking anything more than a line buck here.
Yep, I agree with you.
Somebody's gonna bookmark that I said that and burn me with it later. But you don't take chances like that in this situation. It's too much. You're in too good of a leverage situation.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I do like the idea of running it and knocking down the clock.
Yes.
Here's
a button hook. That's kind of scary. It's good for 3 yards and a first down.
I would have had heart failure there.
Yeah, me too. But he's not alone. There are a lot of coaches that have a lot more stones than I bring to the table. I don't mind telling you.
I think I just leave the 1 second right now and just kick the field goal.
Yep, that's exactly what I would do. Instead, what do we have? That would be...
He spiked it.
He did spike it. You're right. I was like, that's not a hurry. He spiked the ball. So he's not... there is, of course, the thought that, you get a touchdown, you don't even have to worry about that 2 to 10 roll. But I feel, me personally, once I'm at 2 to 10, I think at this point I would fear the turnovers more than a missed 2 through 10.
Seriously, like the missing,
everybody's
it's
different.
A pretty slim
that's where
chance.
I'm at. On 2nd and 10, he is going to go with a 2 tight end set. Evan Ingram's back in the game after missing the first half. Here's an off tackle run. Defense did guess pass. Hasty on his card gets a short gain. This could be it. Hasty, he's headed to the end zone, and he's got it exactly. Touchdown, Jags. A walk-off
Nice.
16-yard touchdown run for JaMychal Hasty. I say walk-off, but there is 1 second remaining. Trying to invite the coaches on. A little slow on the draw on that.
Yeah.
All right, so let's take a quick look at the numbers on this one.
Well, that definitely worked out for him. Not sure if I I would have done it, but Jess is waiting to get back in.
Oh, is he? Thanks for
Yep.
letting me know. Well, he's not the only one. Anthony is in. Jess is in. How's
Yeah,
everybody doing?
I was logged out. I accidentally logged my computer off, so I'm back.
So I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to scroll through these stats. I feel like when people are seeing the game, I like to scroll at the end. They might want to see.
Scott, while I have you still, I'm having trouble uploading the game to the cloud.
Close the League Manager and open it again, and it will probably work.
It's really been weird. I've had some weird stuff going on. I got to talk to someone maybe. I don't know what I'm doing, but I've had some problems.
Close League Manager, open it, try it again. If it doesn't work, let me know, because then I would be curious.
Yeah, it keeps going back to like the test league.
That's weird.
Huh.
Well,
Yeah.
I definitely can send it.
Scott, was yours able to upload?
I'll do it right now.
This
yeah,
is the
it'd be
second
nice
week
to
in a row.
be able to
So this
verify
happened
that
last
that's
week to me.
working and everything. How do I get? There we go. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to look. There's got to be another game already started. Heck yes. Sorry for the last minute. There's another one. There's 3 games going. Holy mackerel.
All right, so I was able to send it.
Okay, thanks. This is 2 weeks in a row. I couldn't do it, so I got a problem. I don't know what the problem is.
All right, so Jess, remind me that you and I need to talk about that tomorrow, okay?
Yeah, you got it.
I think we'll
Remind me
just have to
tomorrow on
replay the game.
I already had one screw up last year where I caused that. I don't want to ever do that again.
Buffalo Cloud.
That was pretty exciting.
That one.
All right, I'm going to head off. So happy New Year, Scott.
Happy New Year, Jess. Good to see you, man.
Congratulations on the win, Jess.
Yeah, thanks. Good game, Scott. Take care, guys.
You too.
All right, so we are currently heading to see where Chicago and Green Bay are presently.
Hey, how crazy is that with Aaron Rodgers?
Oh my Lord! What a brutal!
Didn't that happen to Testaverde when he first came to the Jets?
Yes, I've heard them talking about it. Yes, it did.
Crazy.
And I did not get that other pre-file loaded. I thought I did. Oh, it's already running. All right, who am I missing now?
Man, I got a crazy storm going on here, lightning all over the place.
Well, I'm glad it held for us then.
Yeah.
So I also, let's see here. Let's go to here.
So you're getting married, man.
Yeah, man, I'm so excited about that.
That's awesome. Good for you.
Yeah.
How long you been together?
Year and a half now at this point. A little bit more.
Mm-hmm. Very nice.
Yeah,
and then she's
awesome.
okay with your Stratomatic
Give 2 shits if I'm watching football all the time. She couldn't care less. Do your thing.
Right.
So that's
very
great.
nice.
Let's see. So it looks like that Green Bay game not coming up right away. Let's try another one. Let's go. Wouldn't mind checking in on the Raiders. Here's their most current number.
You there, Anthony?
He will be back. If he left his thing up, he just walked away usually.
No, he's talking. I just can't hear him.
Oh, okay. Well, he can hear you telling him that probably.
Or you could be talking to somebody else and just on mute. There you go.
Why is it that these games aren't coming up? let's do a couple things. Let's now try Bills game.
Anthony, you trying to talk? Because can't hear you.
Here we go. Hey guys.
There it is. Now we hear you.
I haven't seen one Raiders play the entire night. Not been able to get in there once.
Could be sometimes when guys have too many disconnects, we end up they finally reach a point where they're like, I'm done posting the game number. And if you've done it 3 or more times, I get it. Other than that, I expect people to, get us included, man. Let us be a part of it.
I was hoping you had a way in there because I haven't been able to get in.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye on it. Looks like we are just before halftime here. Tennessee at Buffalo, 14-7 for the Titans on the road. Derrick Henry had a 34-yard touchdown run, and Stephon Diggs a 59-yard touchdown reception. So we are definitely getting the big-name guys hitting pay dirt here on this one.
So, did the Jets have any prayer now that Rodgers is down?
I think they do. Looks like we have John Freeze jumping in. How you doing, John?
What's up,
I'm doing okay. I've just been sitting there tapping out semi-obscene messages, waiting for anybody to say hi.
Well, that's how it goes sometimes. It was a real close game.
Oh, it sucked, yeah.
We've all been there.
Yeah, that's another word for a real close one means you lost and it sucked. Yeah, there it is. Yeah. He got a lot of yards on his wrong columns, and I got nothing, and there it was.
Well, John, it's better than
I did have one little pop though, right at the end there.
Well, you didn't get to see it. I actually stopped him on the 4th down, and he got a penalty, so he got a first down on the 1, and I lost with no time left in the game.
Yeah, that's so rough.
So I feel your pain, man.
Yeah, painful is what it was. Just one mercy, no injuries, and coming out of the thing. So that's good. But
that's
next week,
a worthwhile thing.
all of my pain will be fully realized when I get to play who?
Who do you play?
Big Kahuna there.
Playing KC.
That's right. Next week.
That's right. You and I are week 3. Yeah, but I've got more important business with the guy above you on the screen right now coming up.
Oh, okay.
I got Anthony this week. So, he's
John,
defending world champs, and he's in my division. It's a big game. That's where my focus is.
Okay.
And John, if you want another loss tonight, turn on the Orioles.
Oh, great! What's the score there?
5-2 in the 9th.
Yeah, that doesn't sound great.
No.
I'm gonna check. Let's see. I still want to see about that Green Bay game
with runners in scoring position tonight. Just very unsatisfying.
I bet.
Second and 5 at the 17. Tennessee looking to go up by 2 scores. 5 yards for a first down on short yardage run for Derrick Henry. I'm going to wait till this drive concludes, and then I'm going to check on some other games, see if we can't get in. And maybe even ping a coach or two and say, hey, is there a game going on? What's up?
Weren't you able to do multiple games before?
Yeah, we watched Jacksonville and Carolina, both of those. We watched both the AFC and NFC games. I was going back and forth for the entire broadcast. So far, I haven't been able to find a second game that's up and running right now, even though there's plenty of game numbers. So as soon as this drive's over, I'm going to start pinging them all so we can try to catch all of them. But I figure we're here. It's almost halftime. 45 seconds left. Down to the 10. Let's play this one out first. Big sack from Greg Rousseau. That's gonna, and that's where Carolina was against you, wasn't it, Scott? Didn't they? Was it them that had a third that went back to no, they had a holding that went back to the 26. How did he get out of that mess?
Because he got a short gain.
Oh, that's right. Oh, and he picked up the box because you had doubled with the outside linebacker, and the box gave him 10 more to make it 15 and made it a 3rd and 1. That's right.
Yeah.
I rarely get beat on the box around the edges,
again.
but you do sometimes.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I think with the Giants from last year, considering the type of defense they played, I think I'm going to have to blitz a lot more than I usually do. But I don't love doing that.
Yeah.
Forgive me, but could you please introduce me to the other gentleman on this cast here?
Oh, I'm Scott Kaplan.
He's a gentleman wearing the Stratomatic shirt.
Yeah, man, it's the 50th anniversary. Back of the shirt.
And you are who?
That is Scott Kaplan of the New York Giants.
Oh, there. Okay. Very nice to meet you.
You too, John.
And the gentleman wearing the Baltimore shirt is
that would be Anthony Tangora.
We are not worthy.
Chargers.
Oh yeah.
And the guy at the top of your screen right there, just that big oaf that talks a lot.
Anthony, do you live in the Baltimore, or do you have a connection to the Baltimore area? What?
Yes,
because you're wearing the Baltimore black.
We've talked about it before, John. Yeah.
Forgive me, I'm stupid. Don't remember stuff.
Lived there for a while. My daughter was born. I was married there.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
I went to University of Maryland.
Okay.
Did you then? That's cool. That's where I went for undergrad.
Yeah. I went.
I'm the odd combination of undergrad, a terrapin, not noted for speed, and grad school, a greyhound.
Ah.
So I don't know how you would mash a greyhound and a turtle together. There you
are. And where are you now?
We'll try the Raiders one more time here.
John, where do you live now?
I live just outside of Baltimore in Catonsville, Maryland. It's about 20 minutes, 25 minutes from downtown.
Right near the airport.
Anthony, you live in Baltimore?
I live in Michigan now.
Michigan.
Well, gentlemen, got an early call, wake up for work tomorrow morning. So pleasure to see you all. It's nice to meet you, Scott. And,
you too.
Yeah, it's good to see you again, John. Thanks for stopping in, man.
Yeah, I hope you all have a pleasant evening and best wishes for the season ahead. Talk to you all.
All right, so that Green Bay game is done. That's why that one we aren't seeing. Still third quarter here. They're waiting. It looks like they're taking a 5-minute break. That's going to give me a chance to check in on. Let's see. We have Paul. That was Raiders and Cardinals. Let me check here.
That's a new
second.
Number. That's a new number, so maybe that's going to work.
He said, I got a note from them saying they're crashing constantly, got through almost a half. So they're having another issue. They're having a similar issue that we saw with that pop-up. So I'm going to share that with them real quick here.
So when's the big date, man?
Well, if you
Have
mean the
have you
wedding,
chosen
I'm
one?
getting married on December 28th, outdoors too.
December 28th.
Arrowhead
And
Stadium.
where are you getting married outdoors on December 28th? I hope it's
Here
not
in town, in
Michigan.
the wintry climate of Kansas, there is a nature trail out here that has like a tunnel of trees that fold over on each other, creating a
Yeah.
tunnel. And we're hanging some lanterns and some things like that there, and we're just gonna, have the ceremony there. Just she and I and one person each. And then we're just gonna go and meet the family for dinner. So
Nice. Good for you.
yeah, man, I'm excited.
I actually went to speak to my girlfriend's children and mother this past weekend to get their blessing to propose because I bought a ring a couple of months ago, and we're supposed to be going to Florida with two of Kelly's best friends. So I'm thinking of talking to them and like maybe proposing when we're on the beach. Actually, I got this planned out. I'm thinking she will probably say, "Let's go take a walk." So I'll make it her idea, and then I'll be able to propose on the beach. That's
Well,
the
she
plan.
doesn't watch. She doesn't watch Stratomatic football videos, does she?
She does not, guaranteed.
Okay, good. You're safe.
But I actually drove 3 hours to go meet with her kids up in like near Durham, Raleigh, Durham,
Oh,
just because I thought it would be the right thing to do.
that's very nice.
So that is it,
We just got the
essentially,
Bills in?
because, well, the Raiders game they're having extreme tech
Right.
difficulties. And so I told them to keep trying. It should work. It worked earlier when they got the same error message about, like, it's suggesting that there's a version mismatch, but
Yeah, I
they've
gotta
already
do
done
that.
the
Good
upload.
reminder. Good reminder of the patch.
Yeah,
you.
but both games where that pop-up has been seen today, both coaches say they have uploaded. And so it wasn't, the indication was it wasn't legitimately a problem on their part. And they did manage to finish the game by just restarting and everything. So so they're proceeding. So they are, looks like you can see it there. John says they're proceeding right now, seeing if he can host. And that's fine. But right now, all we have at our disposal is this game here that's at a short halftime break. I'm going to close this other one down since we don't have another game to go with.
You check that
So
box
our
score
coach
buff.
is
I'm curious how Josh Allen's doing. I mean, he was something like 10 for 30 with 2 interceptions, no touchdowns last week. I'm curious if he.
I never thought a quarterback was more overrated than when I watched Josh Allen last night. He was quoted as saying that against the Jets, I really have to learn to be patient, and they just don't give up big plays, and I have to not. But sure enough, he couldn't help himself. Kept throwing deep when nobody was really open, and kept paying a price. I don't know, man.
I'm referring to his USFFL start last week.
Sorry. Tell me again
Yeah,
what you were saying then.
It was something like 10 of 30, I think, for
wow.
no touchdowns, 2 interceptions, something like a 15 passer rating, something of that sort.
Well, I thought he was going to get killed. I thought he was going to get killed last night because he wouldn't go down. Like when he runs the ball, guys got to learn to just go down at times.
You're right. But at the same time, I kind of like his toughness. I was telling somebody today as a Chiefs fan that if we meet them in the playoffs, you can count on every 3rd and 1 and 3rd and 2, Josh Allen just powering right through and getting the first down, and you can count on my coach screwing it the hell up when we get in that situation. So that could be the difference. It worries me. I like the way Josh Allen and Jalen Hurts can just plow. And I like that their coaches aren't afraid to call it. From what I've understood, Mahomes is on board. He wants to be sneak. He's pushing Andy for it. But ever since that injury, Andy keeps saying, nope, not on my watch.
Well, I'm running into some problems downloading the patch. I'm going to reboot here and try it again. So that means I will drop here, guys.
Well, good to see you, man.
All right. Good to see you guys. Talk to you soon.
All right, buddy. So it looks like this will be the last game we have tonight. We'll keep an eye in case that Raiders game does resume.
Yeah, I hate when the game keeps crashing. It's so annoying.
Yeah, it really is. And it seems like, a lot of times once it starts, it doesn't stop.
Yep. Yeah, like you'll do it like 5 times, then all of a sudden it'll work for the rest of the game. And it's like weird.
Bills lost their opener to the Rams 27-11, as Anthony was referring to. Tennessee got the win 23-17 over the Giants, over your Giants, as a matter of fact.
Yeah. That was a tight game.
Sorry to have incidentally reminded you.
Yeah. No, I love losing 2 close games.
Yeah, who loves that? Six-yard pickups. It's a 3rd and 3. Buffalo's struggling offensively. Let's see. Yeah, they have just 7 first downs in this game.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because Tennessee's pass defense is supposedly not that good, but I had a tough time passing against them. And for whatever reason, Josh Allen is never carded well by Stratomatic.
Well, yeah, Josh Allen's just he's not that accurate of a quarterback. It's arm strength and it's rushing power. I just don't consider him that accurate of a quarterback. You just don't necessarily have to be when you have the tools that he has.
Yep. I'll tell you one thing, man. Dallas Cowboys, they look for real this year. Like, I don't know. I think that they looked amazing, and the Giants look like a high school team. So they're probably not quite as good as they reflected, but their defense looked real fast.
Yeah, I think, like you said, a little. It is just week 1. I don't think the Giants are as bad as what they looked. But they have a lot to prove because a lot of people were not believers in how much they accomplished last year. Frankly, I was, because I'm just one of those people that believes. I like the way Parcells put it. You are what your record says you are.
That's true.
Giants got it done last year. I don't care what anybody says. I didn't look at it as weak at all. So, but there are those that questioned it, and coming out 40-0 in your home opener now against your big rival is not a good look to start, for sure.
No, not at all. No.
A lot of teams came out flat. Chiefs, Eagles didn't look so good.
Yeah.
Cincinnati, a lot of like Super Bowl caliber teams. Buffalo just really didn't stand up to the first week 1 test. I think maybe same way weather can be a great equalizer. I think it's possible week 1 can be a great equalizer because everybody's kind of out of sync and out of sorts.
It's true. Yeah. I mean, the first 3 weeks are when you finally see what they really are. I got to tell you, the last 2 weeks, my yak for like flat passes and stuff for Barkley, I can't complete. I like get really bad yardage. It's terrible.
Oh, yeah?
I haven't gotten anything. Like, I need like those rolls to make a difference, and when you don't get those.
Barkley is an A-rated yak, right?
Yeah, like his
Who
card
do you
is
have
amazing.
that's B? How many players do you have that are at least a B?
I think I don't know if I have
Isn't it
B's.
just one?
Slayton's like a C, or maybe he's a B.
I actually have it in front of me, but your point is a good one. If you've got that A-rated yak, you need some Bs. Otherwise, they're just going to double team them like crazy.
Well, but they're not even doing that. I'm just rolling bad so far.
He's getting the bad yak rolls.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Slayton's a C.
That's what I thought.
But the bigger issue is you don't have a single B-rated yak or a secondary A rate, so everybody is 2 jumps below Barkley.
Yep.
That makes it tough.
You know, and I still try to mix it up anyway, you know, because you realize like they're just going to double team certain players if you just go to them all the time. So, but you still got to get a roll once in a while. Makes it tough.
Yeah, I've talked to another. There's a coach I play with. Sometimes we talk about it. You know, it's the dilemma of you can't just ignore your main targets. At the same time, that's who they're going to double team. So you've got to be careful. It's age-old dilemma, and nothing is sweeter than when you successfully double team like their third tight end or something like that.
Yeah.
Those are good moments. Everybody, if I do that to you, I want you to know I'm smiling in that moment.
I understand completely. See, I hate rolls like that. When you guess wrong and then you roll the 5. Oh, it's the worst.
That's how you end up underachieving offensively, though, for sure.
I mean, look at that guy's card.
21 passes, 8 runs. 5 for Josh Allen, though. I mean, it's not like he's not balancing it. There's a screen that's going to beat a linebacker. Still a lot of time left. Still just a 10-point game. And Danico Autry and Jeffrey Simmons are both good blitzers on that front. So, Scott, how often do you make it to a Giants game?
My family has had season tickets forever. I used to go all the time when I was younger and lived in New York. And even I would go home sometimes when I went to college. But I live in South Carolina now, so I don't go to many games anymore. My brother lives in New York.
You were still in. I thought you lived in New York.
No, I've been in South Carolina for 30 years.
Well, the assumptions we make.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I came down here back in 1993. Didn't think I'd stay here, but 30 years later.
Do you like it there?
It's a nice place. It's definitely, I've gotten used to the slower pace than other places. My girlfriend lives in Charlotte, and she loves Charlotte, and I like Charlotte, but my parents retired and moved down here. They literally live around the corner from me. So
nice.
I like, they moved here to help out raise the kids. And, so I don't want to move away or, go anywhere while they're still here, and I help take care of them. So, and I play poker with my dad every Thursday night.
Yeah, if you can keep family close, you get to play poker with your dad. That's so awesome, man. I'm jealous of that.
Pretty nice. I play with a bunch of old men. It's a nickel dime, and the big winner gets $3.85 and change. And the oldest guy is 87, and I'm the youngest guy. And but it gives me a chance to hang out with my dad, and these other guys are nice guys. We rotate homes, and who's going to host that night. These guys have been playing. This poker group's been playing every Thursday night for 40 years.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
And I love tradition like that.
Yeah, it's pretty
neat. How
neat.
long have you been going?
I started playing with them probably maybe 6 years ago. Like, I would just fill in once in a while when they needed somebody. And then my daughter, when I got divorced, my daughter was living with me, and so she would play with us. She was only 14 at the time, and the guys loved that they taught her how to play. She's actually a pretty good little poker player. And so that was kind of fun. And then I started getting into the rotation, and so now I kind of have to play now because my dad can't see at night to drive. So like I'll usually drive when we're going to somebody else's house.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Did you say it's weekly?
Every Thursday night. The only time we stopped playing was during COVID. For like a year we didn't play, but
Field goal for the Bills cuts it to a 7-point lead. 4:48 left in the third.
yeah, it's a tough game.
Bills go 11 plays, 63 yards, get 4 first downs on the way to a Tyler Bass field goal.
Could have used more of those last night. I have him in my fantasy league.
I was up against Tyler Bass last night, so I'm going to have to take exception to that. I had a close game, and I won out with Stephon Diggs and Dalvin Cook holding off Tyler Bass and Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, well, I had T. Higgins, got me a big bagel. Yeah. I started Penny from Philadelphia, not knowing that he was that they didn't start him.
Yeah.
So I benched Breece Hall because I didn't think he'd play that well. I didn't think it was his first game back.
I would, ACL. Yeah. Listen, I agree with you. I wouldn't have started him.
And that's why I lost. If I had played Breece, I would have won.
Yeah. That's rough. Ooh, sideline pass of 5 yards is going to set up a 4th and 1. Injury, pulled quad Aaron Brewer. It's another thing I've been doing on broadcast. If I'm there and I see an injury, I like to pull it up so people can see what we're looking at. One more week. Aaron Brewer of Tennessee. This was a surprise game, so I don't have the cards out to be able to tell us. I have all the cards pulled out for the games that were scheduled already. I didn't get these cards pulled out. They're going to punt. They're on their own 31. I can't blame them. I'm never bold about punting at my 30 or something like that. You got to be kidding me. But every now and then I play coaches who do.
Yep.
I think Dennis Crowley's bold like that sometimes. Peter Shibley.
Yep.
He might roll the dice. Anthony. Oh, my God, Anthony. You never know what Anthony will do.
I love when they do it because, I mean, I have a pretty decent chance. If I stop them, I'm in a great field position.
Yeah, I'm always looking at that as a win. If you're going to give me a chance to stop you, I don't like the idea of the drive continuing, but let's roll. I'll take the shot.
Yep. Well, I guess I kind of figure it like, if you get the first down, great, as long as you don't completely burn me. But if I could stop you, if you don't get that first down, you just put yourself in a bad position.
Yeah.
So my dog is a 3-year-old lab, and last weekend he decided to eat a golf ball.
What?
Yeah. So
he would have had to swallow it whole, or did he?
He swallowed it whole.
Oh.
So he had to have surgery to remove it.
Bet.
And
how did you know that was the problem? Was he just?
I didn't. I actually went away for the weekend. My daughter and some of her friends were walking him, taking care of him. He probably was just playing with a ball. He plays with golf balls all the time. He used to, not anymore. But I'm lucky I didn't come home to find him suffocated.
Yeah, sure,
But so I took him to the vet because every time he'd eat, he would throw up because he couldn't eat because his stomach was full of a golf ball. It was blocking his intestines.
Right.
And lucky it didn't go as an intestine. They would have had to have cut his intestines. But you want to take any guess as to how much it costs to have surgery to remove a golf ball? Just take a guess.
Actually, Scott. I would have to venture a guess that might have been as much as $4,000.
You know something? As scary as this sounds, I wish.
Oh no! What was it?
5,200.
Oh God!
Now let me tell you something, man. I've done a lot of work around my house lately. I got some new appliances. I've painted. I put up a new fence so that the dog could go outside. I was just paying everything off, and then I got hit with an additional $5,200 bill.
Oh.
Not happy.
Yeah.
And then I have to come home from work. My house is about 30 minutes away from my office. I have to come home midday to give him his pain meds every day.
How long have you
and
had this dog?
I've had the dog. I got the dog when he was a little pup, like
So,
8 weeks old.
how old is he?
He's 3 years old.
Oh, poor thing.
Yeah, I knew some people that were just like, I would have put him down. I was like, no way. It's my dog.
There are people that would do it because they simply can't afford that.
I know.
If I could afford it, I would. Sometimes in my life, I would have been able to afford it. There are times in my life I wouldn't have.
Well, I think if he would have been like 10 years old, I might have been like, sorry, buddy. But he was perfectly healthy 3-year-old dog. Oh, he just missed that
these
long
things
game.
are always so individual and personal. Wow, there's a big must run of 21 yards there for a first down on 2nd and 15. Josh Allen finally getting some yardage here.
That's the worst part about my loss. I lost to a backup quarterback.
Going backwards, the Giants. You just help me out. Who'd you just play?
I played against the Panthers.
Yes, but they sort of have split. I don't exactly know what the differential is, but Walker's going to play a lot this year because they both. You can't play Darnold the whole year,
right?
But
yeah, well,
Darnold is the better quarterback, that's for sure. So to your point, you're not wrong. Yeah, you lost to what would be the backup quarterback. Bill's about to tie this game up, maybe.
Yeah, it's a pretty good drive.
That must run from Josh Allen really helps. I wonder what his end run. Yeah, look at that end run card.
Wow, look at that.
Uh-huh. Mahomes has one that looks about the same, my friend. Yeah.
Who?
Go look at Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, I'm sure he does.
I have now. Josh Allen has more. I only have 3 times I can run it. There's a touchdown pass to Diggs, his second of the game, and we are on the verge of having a tie game in the fourth quarter, which has been consistent thematically all night long.
I thought it was pretty cool when I was trying to set up my game with Pete, and I realized that his email was at NFL.com.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't know why, but yeah, I think it's cool. We've got an actual NFL employee in our league, so why not?
Yep.
$14:42 to go here, fourth quarter. 17-17 tie now, as the Bills have put up 10 unanswered here in the second half.
All right, so who's the Buffalo coach?
That would be Zach Zalesny. Who I, just don't know much about. I don't think he's been on our broadcasts or anything, and I haven't played his team very much. Although the Chiefs and Bills have had a few games. Oh. Holding penalty, yep. Derrick Henry was about to go over 100 yards on a run right.
Yeah, that's the thing, though. That's like one of those lucky rolls guessed right. So you're all excited that you got the roll, and then all of a sudden you get hit with the penalty, and you're like, oh.
Yeah. Now he's over the century mark.
How do you know that? Do you have it open somewhere on the side?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, it's on your screen right there.
Oh, it's on the screen. I see it. Yep. I didn't see that.
Oh, there's a long pass that he's connecting on.
Oh.
Bomb pass to Treylon Burks, and he is gone.
Wow. Nice call.
Treylon Burks with a 57-yard house call from Ryan Tannehill, and the Titans right back out on top. Extra point, Randy Bullock is good, and 24-17 is your score. And let me think here. Titans, they won in week 1. If they win here, they would join the Jaguars at 2-0, leading the AFC South. Now, what I wanted to check here is, Josh Allen has an end run limit of 5. So, Josh, can you look at that end run wrong column, and you can find 5 times every game that you can try to sneak that in. Mahomes, I can only do that 3 times. But, the scary part is, and I mentioned this during one of the games tonight, and I'm sure you know this, nothing's worse than calling an end run to your quarterback if they call run. So you got to be careful when you do it. But when you're staring at an end run card like that, I'm going to try to get 3 in most every game,
Well, I tried doing it with Danny Dimes, and he's got a bunch of short gains also. And I was like, he didn't do bad, but I'd get 7 yards or 9 yards. I didn't hit the short gains.
I got a big one from Mahomes very late in that game on the game that I came back on. That really helped me. Ooh, Josh Allen, another incompletion.
He's got a pretty good card guessed right.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Short. Kind of hate
it's kind of funny. Sometimes you're better off being guessed right because you get the must runs.
Yeah, I'm always factoring that in, depending on the quarterback, depending on how good their must run yardage looks.
Yeah.
Gabe Davis is double teamed here, so that's not going to be good. 4th down and a punt coming. So the Bills pushed hard to tie this game up after struggling in the first half offensively, and now they have ceded control back to the Titans, who got a touchdown on a deep bomb to Treylon Burks and are now forcing a punt. And they're going to take that punt near midfield and return it across to the 39-yard line of Buffalo. 11:24 to go in the 4th.
Tennessee's got a very good opportunity here to, at minimum, take a 10-point lead. Ooh.
Yeah, incomplete. Close call there. Oh, Derrick Henry. Oh, that might be what you were oohing and ahhing about. I missed that. He'll be available in overtime. So the Titans up by 7. And with the ball at the Buff 34, 11 minutes to go, they lose Derrick Henry for the final 11 minutes of the 4th quarter here. They're going to try to hold on. Let's take a look at Dalton Hilliard here.
It's like God just spoke to the field.
Well,
he'll be available in overtime.
I sort of hate to be that guy, but if people don't know and I know something, why wouldn't you?
No, I'm just picking on you, man. I thought that was funny.
I've been talking to a couple of our newer coaches about some of the rules that they were unfamiliar with, and trying to help them along a little bit. This is so important for everybody to know. Look, I had a game I broadcast this past week with 2 of our most experienced coaches, Anthony and Paul, and they had a dispute in the middle of the game. I don't remember the specifics of it right now, but wondering about a rule, and I happened to be there, chimed in, and happened to look it up to double check and that kind of thing. But my point about sharing this is that as I was telling some people today, no one knows all the rules. There's
Right.
just too many. So you just keep adding to it as you go. That's all you can do.
Yeah, I'm not
Build your
even sure
knowledge
Hal
slowly.
knows all the rules at this point.
Dalton Hilliard carded for just 22 carries. More of a receiving back, isn't he? Let's see.
Yeah.
Got 21. Pretty good average. And 4 receiving touchdowns. So, yeah, usually more of a receiving back. He's a B-rated yak, so that's nice.
Yeah, but still, like, if he tries running with him, he's not going to do much.
Oh, that's not there. He says, shouldn't it be the 4th? Are they stuck?
It is the fourth quarter.
What was I looking for? There it is. Over usage and injuries. Derrick Henry will be available in overtime. Yep.
It already is the fourth.
Yeah, I think maybe Zach doesn't realize that you can go up to reports and show that. So I'm going to let him know.
Yeah, I like that. I taught my son how to play Strat when he was young. And now he's in the retro league that we're in. And he's also in a draft league with me, in Anthony's draft league.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just kind of fun. Like, so my son gets to play. I get to do, play with him, play against him. And
I'm jealous of that too, man. I'm jealous you get to play poker with your father and strat with your kids. I got a couple of boys, but they just aren't football fans like I am, and I wasn't, going to push it on them, and so that's why I'm here with you guys. I don't know. I'm not playing it in my family. But they know enough to, love on their father when the Chiefs, walk away with the championship. They've been real helpful about that.
There you go.
And my youngest boy has gone to a couple games with me, and he does enjoy it. He's just not a big fan. There's a 15-yard completion on defender.
Looks like Tennessee's rolling right now.
Yeah, they are. Coming up on 9 minutes to go. They're up by 7 and now into the red zone of Tennessee.
This is an interesting position for him to be in right now because he doesn't really have a running back. I mean, this would be a good time to try to take some time off the clock.
He does have 7 more runs for Hilliard before he hits his fatigue, and that's probably sufficient if you mix in some passes, considering just 8 minutes left, as long as we don't head to overtime. Well, although with overtime,
and then he gets Derek back.
Yeah, he returns his man, so he should be okay. Here's where it hurts you. It's 3rd and 5. Derrick Henry creates a little bit of a conflict defensively, makes you at least wonder. I'm not so sure you're going to be wondering what you're doing.
Yeah, right now you're just thinking, is it going to be a flat pass or a short pass?
Austin Hooper's left open if you blitz Von Miller. It says, although I think inside the 10, that doesn't. Oh, it's up to 14, though. There's incomplete on defender, and here comes a field goal. So this
is a big field goal.
14, it's going to be a 31-yard field goal attempt from Randy Bullock, I believe. It is, and he nails it. 2 through 9 and 12 makes it look easy, and 27-17 Titans. That happens at exactly the halfway point of the 4th quarter. 7.5 to go.
Yeah, and so what it comes down to right now, Buffalo needs to put together a drive. They need to, put some points on the board here because there's not going to be too many more opportunities.
Yeah, I'm going to look at their kicker here in a second. Oh, short pass
Oh,
picked
no.
off.
Oh,
Josh Allen, his first pick of the game. And he's also now under 50% passing. And the Titans take over at the Buffalo 38. And so with 7:12 to go, it really now becomes all on the defense here. They have got to force no worse than a field goal attempt here.
yeah, that was a bad interception. Not very good timing.
Pete Quagliarini, coach of the Tennessee Titans, up by 10 on the verge of going up to a 2-0 record if he can close this one out. Ooh, bad break there. Threw a hitch pass with an empty zone. And although I say empty zone, it shows one man. I think there was a man there. I missed it. It's incomplete. Makes it 3rd and 3. Tannehill now 300 yards passing on the game, 25 of 37. Third and 3. Here's a dump pass out to the right to Austin Hooper, and he's going to get a first down conversion. It's 11 yards. First down at the 20 now. As we hit the 6-minute mark of the fourth quarter. Titans with another first down here. You really, at this point, this is probably the series, right?
Yeah, this is difficult for Buffalo because they got to stop them. And
13-yard completion. Chigoziem Okonkwo. Yeah, I said it. 13 yards. First and goal at the 7. Tennessee looking to put the exclamation point on this one.
Yeah, I'm feeling for the Buffalo coach right now because
it's a tough spot to be in. 4-yard run on the containment there. Second and goal at the 3. Inside run, defense guessing pass. Just a 1-yard gain, though. Good roll on the defensive card. 3rd and goal at the 2. Three timeouts, still 4.5. If you can make the stop here and force a field goal, you're down 2 touchdowns. You have Josh Allen. I'm still believing. But you've got to get the stop here. You give him a touchdown here, I might even pull my quarterback. Start resting some players. Here's a run inside. Defense called pass. He could get the touchdown, and he does. Hassan Haskins is in for the touchdown. Tennessee extends to a 3-score lead on the road in Buffalo.
If he had called run, would that have gotten the yardage?
That's a great call. And the answer is yes. Looks like it would have been +3. And he was at the 2, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so it would have been a touchdown either way. 34-17 now. And like I say, 4 minutes, 3 timeouts. I don't know that I would necessarily pull if it was Mahomes, but I'd have to score a touchdown pretty quick.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to get really lucky to come back from 17 with 4 minutes left.
At the same time, you never know. In my game, I was down 34-7, and I just have to tell you, I've talked to a couple guys that asked me questions about it. There were multiple times in that game where I was this close to pulling Mahomes.
Right.
But it's everybody has their own calculus. You never know. With Josh Allen and these receivers, though, you just got to score quick, though.
Yeah, he's just not getting the rolls, though.
Yeah, calling an end run there.
Yeah, what are you doing an end run? Does he have a card that can?
He has a
he
36
was
yarder. Otherwise, it's short gains. I do understand, though. So if you hit that short gain, that was when I pulled the Mahomes one, was to get me near midfield, thinking I could be in a range to do a deep pass. That's how he's looking to use it here, probably. We do have a deep pass, but snap fumble.
Oh, no.
Doesn't even get it off. And give that ball to Tennessee unless they choose not to fall on it.
Oh, the wheels are officially off.
Yeah, I think it's all over but the final score here. I'm going to hang on until the end, but I think we can pretty much put this one away.
Yeah, I pretty much say you can stick a fork in them.
Malik Willis is now into the game. Yeah. Both coaches talking about the turnovers that sacked him on the last couple drives. No doubt turnovers are killers. Curious what that margin is now in this game. I think that's 2 picks for Josh. No, just the 1. Tannehill has 1. And the fumble lost to Buffalo. So just a 1 turnover edge on the side of Tennessee.
Yeah, but those turnovers all came in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, it looks like Buffalo is content to let the clock run as well. Scott, I appreciate you joining post game, even after a loss, and sticking through to the end of this one as well, man.
Yeah, I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed talking with you. Watching
Good to
the game
see you.
together.
Always like seeing anybody come and join us out here.
Yeah, I enjoy doing this. It's fun. I'm glad that you enjoy doing this and putting this together.
Yeah, I do. It's good times for me.
Think Pete would join you?
Pete has joined once, I think. I don't think so on Zach, but we're going to invite them both and see what happens with my usual. Well, we do have a timeout here.
As an interesting timeout.
Yeah, I guess that means he thinks he's still in it. Is that possible?
Yeah, I don't know.
Not sure what to think there.
I think if I still have a chance at doing something, I'm down by like 3 or 7 or something like 6. I'm fighting till the end, but I'm down by 17. I think I'm just letting that clock go.
Yeah, probably, because at this point you're not going to win the game. You're risking injury for. Yeah, listen, I'm not out there for stats. I'm not looking to pad anybody's numbers.
Yep.
I think it's over. I'm getting some starters out.
Yeah, first season of this league, I had Ike Hilliard. I think I probably still have the record for the number of receptions. He killed it that year.
How many? You remember?
I don't remember. It was a lot. I threw to him a lot.
I remember Ike.
Actually, I think he's I went to the Super Bowl and I played against the New York Jets. And in overtime, I threw a bomb to Hilliard and won the game in overtime.
No kidding.
Yep.
I love stories like that. Mine would be a Super Bowl I won on a season-long competition. We played every game, just the two of us, alternating to our teams we liked. And I won the Super Bowl with a combination of Grogan, Eason, and whoever the third one was in the Patriots.
Right.
And I won it with John Stevens as my running back. 10 was a short gain right and wrong all year, and I just kept hitting it. All year long. Had a good defense and crappy quarterbacks and surprised my opponent all year long to keep winning with them.
I used to, it's fun playing the retro leagues just because playing with those old timers, it's fun.
Yeah, I have gotten some fun out of that. Anthony's gotten me involved in a couple of leagues in the off season over the past couple of years, and that's been kind of fun. 15 seconds remaining here, and what has quickly become a fourth quarter blowout here by Tennessee, 37-17.
Yeah, I just want to point out that, what was it, around 7 minutes left in the game? It was a tie game.
Man, that's right. Wow. It happens fast, doesn't it?
Yep. I was just saying, it just 2 turnovers and that bomb just totally changed the game.
And sometimes when you start falling behind, you have to press. And it's that pressing that a game can help get a game out of hand for you. Let's look a little bit at the stats here. Looks like a couple of touchdowns for Diggs.
Man, Tennessee with 400 yards against the Buffalo defense.
Yeah. They pounded out 25 first downs. Yeah, Derrick Henry only needed 4. Look at Tannehill, 39 passes. Derrick Henry only 14 runs. I guess he did get hurt, but boy, made the most of them. 14 for 101.
But he didn't get hurt till late in the game.
That's pretty true. I can't remember the exact time. Diggs, 2 touchdowns and over 100.
He got hurt after they scored that bomb and took the lead 20. What, it was 24-17? And then they got that turnover.
Go to Slack, USFFL broadcasts, first link for watch. No. Use second link for join. Use second link for join. And Zach says, I'll get on that too. Why not? We might see them both tonight.
All right. Big exciting. Get to talk about the game a bit.
Yeah, you bet.
It's always nice meeting some new guys.
Pop in here. So the Tennessee Titans at 2-0 now are tied for the division lead with the 2-0 Jacksonville Jaguars. Bills fall to 0-2.
Wow.
Yeah. Rough start to the season for them.
I would not have put money on that.
Here I'm telling Pete here. So to join the broadcast, I should probably bold those for future reference. Make it easier for folks. There you go. And there he is. We welcome Pete Quagliarini. How are you doing tonight, Pete?
Hey guys, how you doing?
Yeah, you're on with the commissioner as well as Scott Kaplan, coach of the New York Giants.
Hey Scott, how you doing?
Doing great, man. That was a nice win.
Oh, thank you. Zach's tough. Zach was tough. He has that Josh Allen, and he's tremendous. So I was more worried about the pass. I think I probably called 80% pass because I don't want Josh to beat me. I wasn't too afraid of Devin Singletary. So and I was trying to double team their wideouts early, so he would not throw them as much. And he was throwing Isaiah McKenzie, so out of the backfield. So I guess it worked a little bit, but I got lucky with a couple of big turnovers at the end.
Yeah, you definitely did. We were noting you outgained him. You got 432 yards against a pretty good defense in this game, Pete.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I did that because I was trying to think and dunk with Ryan Tannehill because it's an okay card. Nothing that really puts the fear in the heart of the defense, that's for sure. But he's got a good flat pass. So I was trying to use that to my advantage just to keep drives going and get some yards.
27 of 39, almost 70% completion. So I'd say you did a pretty good job of that. Looks like you targeted Nick Westbrook-Akeen as much as anyone.
Yeah, I think that's out of desperation. They're really a bad receiver. The Chigoziem Okonkwo is like my best receiver, I think. And I don't know much about him. But it was
that's okay. No problem with that. We all have those players. So you're out to a 2-0 start. And I don't know if you are aware, but as part of our earlier broadcast, on this same broadcast, we covered the Jaguars got their win over the Colts. So you are now tied with the Jaguars for first place in the division.
Oh, wow. Nice.
As we now welcome Zach Zalesny to the broadcast. Hey,
Hello.
Zach, how are you doing?
What's up, Zach?
Hey, Zach.
I'm good. How are you guys?
Man, good to see you. Zach, is this your first ever appearance on a broadcast, or have I seen you once before?
I think I might have joined once 2 years ago or something for a moment. But
yeah, I thought it was close. So looks like you're off to a rough 0-2 start. What didn't work for you, or what was struggling for you in this game against Tennessee?
pretty normal for me, honestly. The truth is, I am terrible at this game, and I have not been able to figure out why. So I'm looking for any – I've been doing this for like 4 years now, and I have not figured out how to improve. So I'm trying to look for advice. Like, I feel, both my first two games, Josh Allen's throwing for – he was better this game, but like really bad. And I don't feel like I'm throwing bad looks or anything, but I must just be something I'm doing wrong. But I can't figure it out. So I don't know if you guys watch this game. Like, I don't know. Any advice?
I watched
First advice is always have a drink in hand.
Halftime. Go ahead, Scott. I'm sorry.
No, I was good. I always say best advice would always have a drink in hand. And don't take it too seriously.
Advice, yeah.
But like, something, man. You actually made a very nice comeback. You tied it up.
Yeah.
And then it was like then the wheels just came off. Pete called a great bomb. It like worked out great, and all of a sudden he went back up. And then you got that interception, and then you fumbled. You can't do anything about that. It's the rolls of the dice, and you didn't call a bad game.
It was out of your hands.
And that long pass just took all the momentum.
Right. Game to game, I get that. I feel like, there was a fumble here, an interception here, but it's after a long time. It must be something. It feels like it must be something I'm doing, but I don't know. I'm gonna keep at it. This game is a lot of fun. So
it is a lot.
And I don't like.
I've only been playing 3 or 4 years, and I think I've confessed to Tim before. I've never read the rules. So, and Richard always gets on me for that. You know how good you'd be if you read the rules. I go, Rich. I didn't even know how to get on a computer, really, to be honest with you. Tim has to help me with the avatar stuff, so I'm not a very tech person. That's for sure. But Zach, the only thing I would say is that what I like to do, and I think it's a lot of part of the fun of the game, is move the linebackers around a little bit more, maybe double team more, put a couple in a couple of the zones. I know I was flat passing a lot to that zero, and you didn't make a lot of adjustments there, so I kept going there. I think maybe once you put a guy there, but if you would have put a guy there a few times and stopped me, I probably would have, thrown it the other way to the 6, which I didn't want to throw that way. But that's all I would say. Who am I to speak? Believe me, I don't know a lot about the game. But I just think I think it makes it fun too. And double teaming, I think if you double team once in a while, you may put a thought in a guy's head. Like, maybe I shouldn't throw to my star receiver because you may get double teamed. So that's my kind of philosophy on this game.
Mixing it up generally is a great general advice across the board. Whether it's your play calls, your formations, your personnel, the more looks you show your opponent, I think gives them more to think about generally. That's one thing.
Right.
I will tell you this. So I actually had one of our newer coaches kind of ask me the same question recently. Hey, I'll take any tips. Week 1 didn't work out like I liked. What can you tell me? And I like to invest. I've always, as you guys know, I'm always talking about retention. It's everything, right? So I'm going to invest in these new people. I spent a lot of time over the last 4 days through the weekend putting together some information for them. that is, the rules is funny, Pete. You brought up about the rules. So one of the things I've told some people lately is that, and Scott and I were talking about this just a little bit ago, nobody knows all the rules. It's too comprehensive. There's too much there. All you can do is try to learn the things that are the most impactful, and focus on that. And then from there, build slowly. And some people grasp things quicker than others. I'm terrible at it. I will go back and look a bunch. And I'm a big believer that have the rules nearby and just every once in a while go look at it for 10 minutes. Today I'm going to look at this formation and how it changes different, adjustments and things. Just learn things a little at a time. As part of that, I went through this weekend and I was looking at fumbles and I was like, oh, I didn't know that. There's just things you'll learn. The rules are a good thing. And I'm going to post them out for everybody. But Zach, since you asked, I'll kind of share with you all of the stuff that included the screenshots and everything that I shared with those guys. I'll get that out to you. It's one of those things where a lot of it, you're going to be like, I already know that, but it's going to be just kind of a comprehensive thing that, maybe it'll help you. Maybe it won't.
Thanks.
Hey,
man. Yeah, I appreciate that.
Or anybody to support that asks for help. Sure.
Yeah. If you could send it to me too.
For all of us.
Send it to me too.
Send it to everyone. I've been playing for 40 years, 40 some odd years. And I got to tell you, like when it comes to playing, I think that I have a decent grasp on certain rules, and I try to hedge my bets on placing players in a zone, even though I'm going to call pass or run or whatever, and moving people around. I could make the best calls in the world and somebody rolls a short gain against me. Like they get the one roll that's a positive roll on something. Or if I'm on offense and like I have the perfect pass, like you throw a bomb, nobody in the zone, and I throw an interception. And I'm like, it's so frustrating at times, but it's still fun to play. And you know what? The real NFL is like that.
Yeah,
it's true.
I mean, like when you're watching these games, it just happens.
Pretty impressive. I hit a 1 out of 1,000 snap fumble.
Yeah,
I mean that's tough.
That's when you know it's not your day, Zach.
It was a close game, Zach. That score is not indicative of how close that game was. It really,
it was tight. It was a fun game.
Yeah, it was a fun game. You hit that 90-yard. It was funny. You said it yourself. You kept throwing long and you couldn't get anything. You hit a flat pass for 90 yards for a touchdown to Diggs. That was hysterical. That was like, you've been trying this the whole time with the long pass, but you got it on the flat pass. So you never know with this game.
It's fun. I still think it's a lot of fun. I'm going to keep at it, but
Zach, where do you?
Bills? That's such a good team.
Where do you live, Zach? Where are you at?
I'm actually in Portland. I'm going to law school right now.
Oh, okay.
Good for you.
Awesome. And I can't remember what you said in the poll. The Bills are a team you root for because they're your team. Is that kind of where you're at with them right now?
No, I'm from Denver, so I'm a Broncos fan first, and then my dad's from Philly, so Eagles second. And now the Bills have become a strong third place just because of this game. And they're a fun team.
That's awesome. Well, we're so happy to have you on board, all three of you. So glad you guys came and joined us tonight. I still think it's strong for the league when we get to see each other more and kind of talk about the game, get to know each other more. So I appreciate y'all coming out tonight, man.
Yeah, Tim, thank you for all you do. I'm sure it's a lot of time, but thank you. You make it a very enjoyable league. So
thanks, man. Good to hear that. I'll try to keep doing that because I really like the direction we're going and especially the group we've got. I really do.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Gentlemen.
All right, guys. Thanks for coming out tonight.
Take care.
Thanks.
Yep, we'll roll on, everybody. That's it. We've got all our finals in for tonight. Stay tuned tomorrow, and I don't think we'll have any broadcast because I have a game tomorrow night, a big one against the Chargers. But we'll obviously keep reporting on it. So good to see you again,
Scott. Good luck to you.
Yeah,
good luck to you, man.
Thanks. I appreciate it. I'm going to get it. Good night, everybody.
Take care. Bye.